North State League. Game 1 championship matchup is between the visiting Sandhills Bogeys and your Clayton Clovers. Ladies and gentlemen, your umpires for tonight's game, they are as follows. Behind the plate, Mr. Greg Stanley. On the bases at first base, Mr. Jamie Stallings. And at third base tonight, Mr. Josh Ganadek. They are hired with the mutual agreement of the teams participating in this event. Their experience and their integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. All spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal feelings or loyalties, should display the respect that they deserve. Our visitors, the Sandhills Bogeys. Leading off, center fielder number 31, Angel Lobo. Batting second, the left fielder number 16, Nolan Hull. Batting third, the catcher number 25, Charlie Muniz. Batting cleanup, the second baseman number 11, Hunter Honeycutt. Batting fifth, the shortstop tonight, number 23, Caden Petrie. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 24, Josh Zambito. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 10, Garrett Wolf. Batting eighth, at first base tonight, number 28, Dominic Deppa. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 9, Finley Spicer. On the mound tonight for the Sandhills Bogeys, number 30, Luke Bresmecki. Head coach of the Bogeys, Andy Fox. He is assisted by Casey Harrell and Charles Weber III. Clover Nation! Are you ready? They are the greatest show on dirt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field, your Clayton Clovers. Leading off at shortstop, number 20, Lane McLean. Batting second, center fielder, number 30, Garrett Muffet. Batting third, first baseman, number 10, Zach Chavis. Batting cleanup, left fielder, number 42, Brady Nathanson. Batting fifth, your designated hitter, number 14, Connor Witherington. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 26, Thomas Watson. Batting seventh and catching tonight, number 4, Alex Levy. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 18, Caden Chalewski. And batting ninth, your second baseman, number 0, Caleb Smith. On the mound tonight for your Clovers, number 24, Hugh Collins. Head coach of the Clovers in his third season, Landry Moore. He is assisted by Chris Power.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson, and it is championship time as this is game one of the best of three series of this 2024 Old North State League playoffs, as it's going to be the visiting Sandhills Bogeys taking on the Clayton Clovers. We come to you live here from East Clayton Community Park here in Clayton, North Carolina, and Hugh Collins will be getting the start here tonight for the Clayton Clovers. He'll be faced by Luke Dresmicki for the Sandhills Bogeys. And for the Clovers, Nate, Hugh Collins, well, he's the guy. He's the number one. Let us know about some of his stats this year.
Absolutely. Hugh has had, this is his fifth start of the season. He's got it's his sixth start of the season. He's got a 5-0 record in 31 2/3 innings pitched. That's the second highest mark on the team. He's given up 21 base hits, 11 runs, only 7 of them earned, 9 walks to 34 strikeouts, just a great ratio, and a 1.99 ERA. So that sub-2 is what you're looking for. That's an elite-level ERA.
And for the Clovers, this is how they will line up around Hugh Collins here tonight. Through the infield, starting at third base, it's Caden Chalowski. At shortstop, it's Lane McLean. Over at second base, Caleb Smith. Zach Chavis gets the start at first. Alex LeVake gets the start behind the plate tonight for the Clovers. Through the outfield, Brady Nathanson is in left. Garrett Moffitt in center, and Thomas Watson gets the start in right field. Clovers going with the all-white uniforms, the green pinstripes, the white hats. And for the Sandhills Bogeys, they go with the visiting green tops, the gray pants here tonight in this one. A beautiful night for baseball, a little bit hot. Temperature 94 degrees here at first pitch in Clayton, North Carolina. And again, this is game one of a best-of-3 game series. Game 2 and potentially game 3 will be tomorrow night and Saturday in Pinehurst. As Hugh Collins, the Tar Heel, he comes set. The southpaw sets, delivers, and that one's fouled back. 7:02 the time of our first pitch this evening. As Angel Lobo, the center fielder, starts out behind in the count. And this one going to miss.
Lobo comes into tonight. In the regular season, he had a .260 batting average, 10 walks to 28 strikeouts. So not a super traditional leadoff hitter, but does lead the team in at-bats with 123.
As he will foul this one back as the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. For Lobo, a junior out of Milligan University. Collins will come set, delivers, and that one is in there, called strike 3.
Spotted perfectly. What a great location from the left-hander Collins to put it right at the knees of Angel Lobo.
So that'll bring up the left fielder as it'll be number 16, Nolan Hall.
The left fielder from Commerce Township, Michigan, by way of the University of Northwestern Ohio, sophomore number 16, Nolan.
Hall out of Northwestern Ohio steps into the right-handed batter's box with the base is empty. First pitch from Collins is going to miss low and away. LeVake thinking maybe he caught the strike zone there.
And Hugh's been Mr. Consistency for the Clovers all summer long, so we'll see if he can have another similar start tonight.
That one is swung on, taken out to center, going back for Moffitt. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away.
And the big story, I think, for this whole series is this going to be an offensive-based series or a defensive-based series and a pitching-based series? And the Clovers obviously want it to be more pitching and defensive, and the Bogeys, they want it to be more offensive. They've been on a hot streak at the plate recently, but thus far the Clovers have pulled ahead with 2 quick outs.
So that'll bring up the catcher, Charlie Moonies, out of the University of the Cumberlands. Comes into this game leading the Old North State League in these playoffs. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Bats here, the base is empty, 2 away, and he can't hold up on that offering.
And I talked about the offensive versus the defensive game. Well, this guy's going to set the tone. Charlie Moonies will basically determine, in my eyes, will the Bogeys have a successful series on the offensive end or not.
Moonies winning the home run derby this year at the All-Star game that was held here at East Clayton Community Park. As he fouls this one off first base side. So the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away, base is empty here, top of the first. Game 1 of our best-of-3 game championship series here in the Old North State League. Collins comes set, delivers, and that one is fouled off.
Collins thus far has done a great job of working left to right on the plate, not just going up and down, but going from the farthest outside point of the zone to the farthest inside. for the last couple pitches to Mooney's here.
Levesque will go through the signs. The 1-2 pitch is going to break low, as that'll even the count up. It was a strikeout to Lobo and then a fly out to center by Hall. The 2-2 was swung on. That one is foul right towards the on-deck circle, third base side. So the count remained 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The left-hander, Hugh Collins, will come set. A couple of shanks to Levesque. Now they come to an agreement. The pitch. And that one is going to be in and out of the glove of Levesque. He couldn't hold on to it.
That would have been huge if Levesque could hold on to that one. Mooney's obviously with a plus 500 batting average so far this postseason, and they've all been very loud. He's got 4 home runs and 7 doubles in his 9 postseason hits.
A battle going here between Collins and the number 3 batter, Mooney's. The pitch, and that one is fouled back. As the home plate umpire signaling to the Clovers dugout that he is out of baseballs with the one he just tossed out there to Hugh Collins. Can they find strike 3 of the pitch? And that one going to miss. Collins started to make his way towards the dugout, but the count going to go full 3-2.
Another good spot, especially for a guy that they know, obviously, have hits 4 home runs this past week. Being very aggressive, challenging him inside.
Here's the pitch, and that one swung on, missed, strike 3. A 1-2-3 top of the first for Hugh Collins and the Clayton Clovers.
You don't see a whole lot of emotion from Hugh Collins, but you do there after a big first inning with 2 strikeouts.
So with that, we will head to the bottom of the first. Clovers coming to the plate as you are watching the 2024 Old North State League Championship Series here live from Clayton, North Carolina. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page along with you here alongside Nate Johnson as we go to the bottom of the first inning after it was a 1-2-3 top of the first for the Clayton Clovers. Starting pitcher tonight for the Sandhills Bogeys is going to be number 30, as it's Luke Dresmicki, a junior out of Goldie Beacom, 5'11", 185 pounds. And Nate with some numbers on him.
It's an interesting decision to go with Dresmicki here. Obviously, he's 0 for 3 with a 7.31 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 15 hits given up to 14 runs, all 13 of them earned, 17 walks to 17 strikeouts. So obviously going to be a tough matchup going against the Clovers ace and Hugh Collins, but the Bogeys need a big outing tonight from Dresmicki.
And I wanted to mention it earlier, going through the coaching staffs for both teams. For Sandhills, they are managed by Andy Fox. He is assisted by Casey Harrell and Charles Weber III. And for the Clayton Clovers, they are managed by Landry Moore and assisted by Chris Power. Lane McLean, Garrett Moffitt, Zach Chavis, the top 3 in the Clayton order due up here in the bottom of the first inning. Again, game 1 here tonight, game 2, and then, if necessary, game 3 would be tomorrow night and then Saturday in Pinehurst, North Carolina, the home of the Sandhills Bogeys. All game time scheduled for 7 p.m.
North Carolina. He's a UMO Trojan, your shortstop, and a sophomore, number 20. He is Lane McLean.
So the shortstop, Lane McLean, steps in, trying to set the table here for the Clayton Clovers. He's the new set-off man after Davey Morgan fortunately went down due to injury, as this will be his second game in the leadoff spot. And the pitch here fouled right back off of the catcher Mooney's, and the count will go 0-1.
The one hole is not foreign to Mr. McLean. He's been there quite often this season. He comes into the night batting .351 with a .479 on base percentage on 52 hits.
The 0-1, that's going to miss over into the left-handed batter's box. Again, both of these teams come into the series 4-0 in the playoffs. So no matter the outcome tonight, somebody's going to lose their first playoff contest here in this 2024 Old North State League season. Pitch here will miss inside.
It's interesting, though, because these two teams have had diametrically opposite seasons, in my opinion. Obviously, the Bogeys come in tonight not just on a tear. They've won 8 of their last 9 games, but it's been the best part of their season. They started the season a little bit slow.
Here's the 2-1. That one is swung on, and that one's going to be gloved by the second baseman. A throw, not in time. A leadoff single for Lane McLean.
That's the leadoff single for Lane.
In contrast, the Clovers have obviously had a season of dominance coming in tonight, 37-3. They've not had a whole lot of ups. They've had a lot of ups, not a whole lot of downs.
From Cary, North Carolina. He's also a UMO Trojan.
2 of their 3 losses during the season came to the Reedsville Luckies, who they were matched up against in the first round of the tournament. The other was an early season loss to the Wake Forest Fungo. And 2 of those 3 losses came at home. So that'll bring in Garrett Moffitt here with a runner at first, nobody out. Swings the first pitch he sees, skies it out to shallow left center, and that's going to be caught by the shortstop.
Impressive
heading
play.
Back, Lane McLean.
Impressive play by Caden Pitcher to get that over his shoulder and then have the wherewithal to turn around and challenge McLean at first base.
So that'll bring up the first baseman, Zach Chavis. Here for the Clovers, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Chavis comes in second in these playoffs with 2 home runs for the Clovers. McLean takes his lead at first. And that one's going to miss low for a ball.
And Chavis has been the most feared Clover to opponents in the order as of recently. He's 6 for 15 during the playoffs. It's a .400 batting average with, as you spoke of, the 2 home runs, 6 RBI.
Dresmecki will come set after giving up the leadoff single to McLean. The pitch, that one's low and inside. Nice pick there by Mooney's behind the plate. Brady Nathanson in the on-deck circle. Chavis waits the offering from the right-hander. That one is swung on. This one's skied out to left. Hull has it lined up. He'll make the catch. So it's back-to-back outs for Dresmecki here in the bottom of the first.
From Fuquay Arena, he's a Towson Tiger left fielder and a freshman, number 42, Brady Nathanson.
So that brings up Brady Nathanson, wears jersey number 42, getting the start again in left field here tonight for the Clovers. He's had a very nice playoff series.
Nathanson is tied with the Bogeys player, Petrie. He's at shortstop tonight with 10 hits. That's the Old North State League in playoff hits this season.
So through 4 games. And this one's in the dirt, and Mooney's had to go up the first baseline. So nowhere for McLean to go. McLean with the first hit of this ball game for either side here in the bottom of the first.
And Doug, we talked about it 2 days ago in Lexington, how Nathan's kind of an unconventional cleanup hitter, not the big power guy that's usually. He's just kind of a singles guy.
Yep, more of your contact. That one sailed up and in, so an easy one there for Nathanson to lay off.
But it's an absurd amount of singles.
Yes.
He's 30 for 60 on this season with the Clovers. Obviously, he started the year with the Tarboro River Bandits, but with the Clovers, he's 30 for 60 at the plate. I mean, just insane numbers.
Was definitely a great addition for the Clovers. He's ahead in the count 2-0 and make it 3-0. Umpire says that one was outside. Big spot here for the Clovers left fielder. It was a leadoff single from Lane McLean, then a pop-up by Moffitt and a fly-out by Chavis. Dresmecki trying to strand a runner on for the Bogeys here. The pitch, that's going to be in there, called strikeout in the outer half.
It's a very controlled at bat. Even with 2 outs here, Nathanson's just watching all the way 3-0, really challenging Dresmecki here early.
We'll see what his approaches here in the 3-1. McLean gets his secondary lead, the pitch. And that's outside, ball 4.
That extreme patience by Nathanson of really not even being interested in a pitch that's close on 3-1 really shows his respect and his confidence in the guy behind him, Witherington, who's also been scorching hot this playoff.
So that'll bring up the designated hitter as number 14, Connor Witherington. Witherington has been, again, another one of those players Nate said, the singles have definitely been coming. The Clovers, really, they've been a single team here through these 4 playoff games. They've really not flashed the power, but they've just been getting single after single after single. Which
after that first game
correct.
Against the Reedsville Luckies,
yeah.
What was that, 4 or 5 home
4
runs?
4 home runs in that game, yeah.
Ever since then, it's been very kind of just like single stolen bases and manufacturing runs.
Yep. First pitcher was fouled out.
Witherington during the playoffs is 6 for 11. He's got a .545 batting average during that span with 4 RBI, but has only scored 1 run. Really a definition of a 5-hole hitter.
True, yeah. Just kind of an all or nothing.
Yeah. I mean, just not scoring, not having guys behind you driving him in, but he's driving in a lot in front of him.
Runners take the leads from first and second. Pitches in the dirt, and Mooney's is able to keep it right in front of him. So the count will even up here to ball and a strike. A leadoff single and a 2-out walk have put a pair of runners on for the Clovers. Dresmacki will come set. Couple of looks back to the runner at second. The pitch. That one is swung on, fouled right at the plate. As Witherington reached out over on that one.
And because of Witherington's hot streak during the playoffs, his batting average on the season has risen to .358. That's one of the higher marks on the team now. He's got 38 hits on the season and 106 at-bats.
Usually they can say if as a team you can be hot going to the playoffs, that's a good thing. But also, too, individually, if you can be on a hot streak, that can be just as good. Witherington trying to come through here for the Clovers. He's behind the count 1-2. And that's going to drop in there for a called strike 3. So
I was just going to say the thing that has really impressed me the most about Witherington this playoffs is that he's really limited the playoffs. That's something he struggled with during the first half of the season, and he's really limited them recently. Obviously got a tough break there on called strike 3.
So that will take us to the top of the second. No score as we've got the Clovers and the Bogeys. Game 1 of this championship series here live from East Clayton Community Park. We'll be right back. And we get set to go to the top half of the second inning here at East Clayton Community Park. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson. And we get into the 4, 5, 6 part of this order for the Bogeys. As you said, Nate, ending that top of the first, a lot of motion from Hugh Collins, something that we've really not seen from him coming off the mound this year at times.
The top 2 starters for the Clovers this year, Hugh Collins and Dylan Smith, have been like the most straight-faced, very consistent, not a whole lot of emotion on the mound, which is really something you want to see at your starting pitchers, a level-headedness. But obviously Hugh changes it up a little bit there for the championship round.
Falls behind the count here 1-0. Now this one fouled back. Obviously realizing the importance of this game and start now that the postseason is here. Just a little bit different of a feel.
Hunter Honeycutt at the plate is the Appalachian State Mountaineer. He comes in tonight during the regular season. He's got a .289 batting average, just 22 for 76 at the plate with 9 RBI and 20 runs scored.
Honeycutt, Petrie, Zambito. This one is a high chopper. Could be a tough play. Lane McLean gloves at the throw. And that just wasn't going to be, unfortunately, a chance for the Clovers as that was a high chopper off the plate. Honeycutt going to reach on an infield single.
One of the important storylines tonight is the second baseman for the Clovers. It's Caleb Smith tonight, and obviously missing Davey Morgan, their captain, their leader, to injury a couple of nights ago. Cody Cox has been filling in that spot for the last 2 games, and tonight they're going with Caleb Smith, and that's important because Caleb Smith all season has been playing center field. Caleb Smith was a high school shortstop, and because of his experience in the infield during his high school days, he's been a little bit coming back to it here.
So that's going to bring in the shortstop, Caden Petrie, out of the University of the Cumberlands, as he will jump ahead in the count. Here 1-0.
Landry Moore, I think, obviously likes Caleb Smith's speed. He's got 20 stolen bases on the season. If he can add that into the lineup, if he can get on base, that would be really versatile.
And breaking ball here, going to miss inside. Almost had Petrie offering at it. So it's a leadoff infield single for Honeycutt. Leads off first, held on by Chavis. And that one's going to be called inside. So the count will go to 3-0 here to the number 5 batter for the Bogeys. Both teams into the hit column now. Collins will take a deep breath. Comes set, delivers, and that's going to miss outside. It's a 4-pitch walk. So after a 1-2-3 first, it's back-to-back batters on to start the second. So that'll bring up Josh Zambito.
Zambito's got one of the higher batting averages on the team for Sandhills. He's at 322 on the regular season with 28 hits, 7 of them being doubles and 1 of them being a home run.
Zambito out of St. Andrews University, 6'4", 220. Also listed as a catcher. That one is swung on a laser foul down the third base line. Probably going to be a tough spot really to get too many starts behind the plate when you got a guy like Charlie Mooney's and the bat that he brings behind the plate. Count your own one.
It's interesting that I think every team the Clovers have faced off against in the playoffs here has been a team that has multiple catchers in the lineup no matter the night.
Correct.
One's at DH, one's playing right field. It doesn't matter. Like the Luckies were like that, the Flying Pigs were like that. Now the Sandhills Bogeys are like that as well. So any coaches out there listening, that might be a recipe for success.
It very well could
Multiple hitting catchers in your lineup.
And we're going to get our first offensive visit charged to the Clovers. Really won't have to worry about that, hopefully all that much. Have yet to see that come in.
I didn't even notice them taking a break.
I didn't either. I just happened to hear the whole play umpire say that was one offensive timeout charged. So runners at first and second. Here nobody out. That one is swung on. Caleb Smith at second. He'll make the play at first, but it will move both runners up. So a productive out there. Puts a pair of runners in scoring position.
Caleb Smith really didn't have a play anywhere else. That
Nope.
ball took him to the first baseman, and it was soft enough hit where he had no chance to turn his body around completely and get it to Lane McLean at second.
So a chance here for Garrett Wolf, the third baseman for the Bogeys. Out of St. Andrews University, following up his teammate, Josh Zambito. Collins trying to work out a little bit of trouble here in the top of the second. That one is swung on. That one taken out to left field. That one is back, and that one is going to be out of here.
What a huge swing for Garrett Wolf. He's up coming into the night during the regular season, batting 188. He's only 3 for 16 at the plate. That's his second home run of the season, though. What a huge start here for the Bogeys to go up 3-0.
And that is definitely some momentum here early. And from the bottom of the order for the Bogeys, a 3-run shot from Garrett Wolf. And that'll bring up the number 8 batters. It'll be the first baseman, Dominic Deppa.
And sometimes the team, they're so hot they don't know what to do with themselves. The Bogeys, a team that's all season has a season batting average of 267. Well, the last 4 games during the playoffs, this big winning streak, they've been batting 355. Just a huge jump. And just sometimes this team's so hot you just can't beat them.
So we'll see here how Collins can respond to that as this one swung on into the glove of the first baseman, Chavis. That's a nice play in response. So there's the second out. 3 unassisted. So that'll bring up the number 9 batter, as it'll be Finley Spicer out of St. Scholastica. Again, an early 3-0 lead here for the Sandhills Bogeys following that 3-run home run from their third baseman, Garrett Wolf, down the left field line. Collins will come set, delivers, and that one will miss low. Trying to get the swing there from Spicer. He looks to try to turn it over back to the top of the Bogeys order. And that one going to miss as well. So the count will be 2-0. Levesque will go through the signs, the pitch. That one is swung on right back up the middle. That's going to be a single into center. Third hit of the inning for the Bogeys. We'll give him a 2-out base runner. We go back to the top of the order. As Angel Lobo will step in. Struck out looking his first time up against Hugh Collins.
So we got a Garrett Wolf and an Angel Lobo.
Yep.
So we got two Wolves, just one's in Spanish.
True. There's a big swing and a miss for strike one. A single, a walk, a 3-run home run, and another single in this inning after Hugh Collins had a 1-2-3 first with a pair of strikeouts. That one is swung on, fouled, out of play, first base side. Count will go to 0-2.
It's really hard to state how important of a swing that was from Garrett Wolf. He's only had, including the playoffs, now 20 at-bats on the season. That is just not a very high number for a team playing in the championship round.
Here's the pitch. The runner goes, and that throw is going to go out into center. As Levesque trying to cut down the runner at second.
Levesque should have just gloved that one. He should have left it in the glove. Spicer got a really good jump, and that ball was well inside and low. It was kind of a tough angle for Levesque to throw out a runner anyway.
Luckily, the runner
didn't advance, yeah.
Luckily, he stayed there at second. Here's the 1-2. That one is swung on, and that's going to be down. That's going to bring in another run. It's going to be an RBI single for Angel Lobo, and that makes it 4-0 Sandhills.
And the Clover bench just looking flabbergasted over there. There's just not a whole lot of guys that have been hitting Hugh Collins this season. I talked about his ghastly low ERA at 1.99, all the strikeouts he's produced this summer.
So that'll bring up Nolan Hall. Here's the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Hall flied out to the center fielder, Moffitt, his first time up. And that one is swung on. That's going to be taken into left field. And it's another hit. 5 hits in this inning for the Bogeys, and they're going to bring their 9th batter of the inning to the plate.
The Bogeys are swinging a hot bat. I mean, I knew it beforehand coming into the night, and the Sandhills Bogeys are hot, but I hadn't seen it yet.
So it'll be batters at first, or runners at first and second, and it'll bring up Charlie Mooney's, who really could blow off the door of this one early, and we're going to get a visit here from the Clovers manager, Landry Moore.
Nice job by Landry Moore. We've got to calm the situation down. I think the Clovers might be a little shell-shocked here. I mean, there's not been a guy all season that have hit Hugh Collins like this. And now you're going to get Brandon Humphreys down in the bullpen. He made the start a couple nights ago against the Lexington Flying Pigs, and I believe he just got sent to throw a little bit.
So the Clovers probably were definitely not expecting to even have to start worrying about getting the bullpen potentially going this early.
No, I think Hugh Collins was scheduled to throw 6 or 7 innings tonight. You know, obviously last start of the summer.
Yep.
And he's obviously struggling to get out of the second here. Pitch count's not absurdly high, though, only at 36. So if he can get this last out here quickly, really nothing to worry about if he can get some offensive help.
Well, it's a big spot here. The 9th batter of the inning, it's Charlie Mooney's. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch, and that one's fouled back first base side.
I think he's just been leaving a lot of these pitches up recently. I think both Lobo and Hull were a product of just leaving the ball up and in. He's been going in all night to virtually every batter, but I think he left him up and in too much recently.
Checks the runner at second to pitch. That's in there, called strike 2 right on the inner half of the plate.
I'd also like to see more of that breaking ball. That breaking ball has virtually given every team trouble this season facing Hugh.
try to have a positive end to this top of the second inning. Collins will come set. The pitch. That one is swung on. That's going to be through into left field. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the throw. Play at the plate. And it's not going to be in time. And aggressive base running on the base paths there from Angel Lobo.
And that was just way too much plate. That's 0-2. You got to give Mooney something to the dirt. You got to get him a waste pitch or something, especially how hot he's been at the plate. And Hugh Collins puts a fastball, I believe, right down the middle of the plate, just a little lower. And Mooney's looking to swing already. It's 0-2. He's looking to defend the plate. And he's definitely going to be able to make solid contact on that.
So the Bogeys are going to bat around here in the top of the second inning as Hunter Honeycutt will step in. Collins delivers. That one's in there for a called strike. So 5-0 the score. 5 runs off 6 hits here for the Bogeys in this top of the second inning. The 0-1, and that one is going to be fouled off. Count 0-2.
Go to the breaking ball again, Hugh. It's 0-2. Do it again. No fastball.
Again, 6 hits in this inning. 5 singles and a 3-run home run.
That might all be off the fastball.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that one is swung on. This one skied out to center. Moffitt deep at the warning track makes the catch.
And that was another fastball that wasn't too far from getting over the head of Moffitt and out of this park again. So Hugh Collins, the fastball was not particularly working that inning.
So the inning comes to an end. 10 batters come to the plate. 5 runs on 6 hits. The Clovers, they've got some work to do as we go to the bottom of the second. We'll step aside as you're watching Clayton Clovers baseball here on the Clovers YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson. The Clovers haven't been in the spot too much. I mean, they have been in the spot recently. They had to come back to pick up a huge Game 1 win against the Lexington Flying Pigs, but they're going to have to get the offense going here after a 5-run inning from the Sandhills Bogeys in the top of the second as we go to the bottom of the second inning, and they will have their 6, 7, and 8 batters as will be Watson, Levesque, and Chalowski.
If anybody's going to do it, though, it is going to be the Clayton Clovers. I talked about the Bogeys coming in, winning their 8 of their last 9. Well, the Clovers have won 24 of their last 25. So quite some numbers. And let's see if the Thomas Watson can fire up the offense here.
So Watson going to get his first swings. He gets the start in right field tonight.
This will be his first start of the postseason.
And as a catcher by trade, but getting a start in right field.
I'd also like to note, if there's any team that's going to give up a lot of runs, it's going to be the Sandhills Bogeys. They've got a season ERA of 4.58.
As in their clinching game against Tarboro, they did give up runs there, as that was the 10-9 final. Yeah,
10-9 final.
And extra innings.
They've had a lot of matchups, obviously, with Tarboro this season.
Yep.
All of them high scoring, if my memory serves me correct. There might be 1 or 2 that was low, but every game felt like 12, 11. 9-14.
As the count will be 0-1 here. Or check that 1-1 to Watson. Now that one comes in, so 2-1. And the Clovers did have the first hit of the game. It was a leadoff single from McLean, but they weren't able to do anything with it.
Watson comes in tonight with a .286 batting average. He's usually playing left field, but tonight will be in right.
Dresmecki, and that one is taken into center. So good piece of hitting there from Thomas Watson.
Watson with a leadoff single.
That's a great job by Watson. Watson's really filling in a spot where Jackson Crute has occupied recently, and we talked about his little cold streak to end the regular season. Andrew Grandy was the starter last game against the Flying Pigs, and he's not had it working recently.
Correct.
So they're going to Watson, and they go to Smith at second base, and you're going to get to see possibly both those guys this inning. So we'll see about how the new faces fare in the Clovers order.
So we'll see what Alex LeVay can do here for the Clovers. Getting the start again behind the plate here tonight. Working against the starter, Dresmecki. Here's the offering. That one is swung at, hit to third. It's a fair ball to throw to second in time. And it'll be a fielder's choice as Wolf will get the out at second.
From the Bull City.
That's a productive out for the Bogeys because they just traded the quicker base runner to be out. Thomas Watson, I believe, is a little quicker. He's got, I think, 4 or 5 stolen bases on the summer, and LeVake, I don't believe, has any.
So that'll bring in the third baseman, Caden Cholowski. Here with a runner at first and one away in the bottom of the second. Dresmecki's offering. That will break in for a called strike.
And I think that might only be a strike on Caden Cholowski and Zach Chavis, the two taller members of this Clover order. I believe Cholowski's 6'5".
Yes.
That was right at the top of the zone for him. Definitely not a strike for someone like Smith or Lane McLean.
Yeah, this one in the dirt. Holding off on a nice job there by Cholowski. Also seeing a very nice job by Mooney's behind the plate tonight. He's been active. He hasn't let anything get by him. Clover is looking to chip away here early. Game one of this best of 3 game championship series. The pitch. That one is swung on, chopper, foul, right towards Landry Moore in the third base coaching box.
An important thing for the Clover offense to realize is you don't need to do it all by home run.
Correct.
You're down 5-0. You've scored 5 runs in lots of games. Virtually all their games.
Yep, just poke away, yeah.
There's no need to be like, okay, we need home runs and we need them now. We need quick offense. No, just some simple scores and then some stops on defense.
The 1-2 pitch on its way. And that one's going to miss high. And losing a little bit of his landing spot there was Dresmecki. Going to do a little bit of cosmetic work as he makes his way back up to the rubber. Leaving the count up. Clovers with 2 hits in the game. Both of them have been leadoff singles in the first and second. They have LeVake here at first after his fielder's choice. The 2-2. And that one almost got Cholowski to bite.
He's been going up against Cholowski, which is a bold move. Cholowski obviously has power. We saw him hit a home run in game 1 of the playoffs.
Yep.
6'5". He's been going for that clover across the chest of the tall third baseman.
Payoff pitch on its way. And that's outside, ball 4.
Very resilient at bat for Cholowski. Obviously starting down early and not being phased by the high stuff. Obviously the high stuff's very tempting in the game of baseball. And now you're going to get your first looks at Caleb Smith.
So that'll be the second walk for Luke Dresmecki. And Caleb Smith will step in, getting the start at second base tonight. Steps into the left-handed batter's box.
So not only is it important to kind of watch the defensive aspect for Caleb Smith, obviously he's not played infield at the college level in a minute, but
he swings here, and that's going to be through. They're going to send LeVake, and he's going to score. It's an RBI single for Caleb Smith.
It's a huge at-bat for Smith, swinging first pitch. I love it, going the opposite way against the slight shift by the Bogeys, and he knocks that into left field. And the huge thing for Smith is that he makes up for some speed lost without Davey Morgan. Obviously, when you lose your star second baseman,
that's true,
who's got 23 stolen bases on the season, the lineup gets a lot slower. And Caleb Smith revitalizes the speed. I know in the 9-hole, not the leadoff spot, but he has 20 stolen bases this summer.
So that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Lane McLean, he had a single through the 5-6 hole. His first time up. Dresmecki will come, set, delivers. There's a strike on the outer half. Good pitch.
That's also another huge at-bat for Smith because it gets you back to the top in McLean, who's so dangerous at the top of the order. Obviously has more experience at the plate this summer than any other Clover, and only with one out. So if you could possibly move a base runner to second and third, it would be huge.
Mooney's will set up outside here. Runners lead from first and second. That pitch going to miss over into the left-handed batter's box.
Chalowski, the lead runner, I believe only has 2 stolen bases on the summer, so not a huge threat to steal. Excuse me, he's got 5. I've very much underestimating Caden.
Definitely is going to have, though, in a spot. Caleb Smith pushing him right behind.
Yeah.
With the speed that he has.
And obviously stealing third base is a tougher task than stealing second.
Correct.
So if I'd call it a pretty bold move, especially with one out, and you're arguably your best hitter at the plate in McLean.
Count is 2 balls and a strike to him. Runners lead off first and second. Dresmecki will come set. And that one is a high chopper. They'll toss to second, turn to first, and it's not in time.
And I was just about to put out of my mouth that a double play would be so detrimental to the Clovers here. Obviously getting a little bit of momentum back with that run. But that's why the steal is a little bit tempting there, because
correct,
it would eliminate that double play.
So it'll put runners at the corners here with 2 away as McLean reaches on the fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Garrett Moffitt.
So now this is a big at-bat for Mr. Moffitt with runners on the corners. He started the playoffs so high, that 4-for-5 night against the Reedsville Luckies. Had a little bit of a slower streak since then.
That one comes inside, gets by, and heading down for second to be McLean. Chalowski thought about it, but he put on the brakes.
So hard off the wall, right back to Mooney's behind the plate. If Mooney's tips that ball at the glove a little bit, and then it slows down before it bounces off the padding here in front of us on this brick wall, he might have a shot at it.
So the count will be 1-0 to Moffitt. He offered at the first pitch he saw in his first at-bat against Dresmecki and popped up to the shortstop. He swings here at the 1-0. That'll even the count up. That came down and in on him. So the Clovers do answer back with their first run of the game here in the bottom of the second, but still more work to do. They have runners at second and third with 2 away. Dresmecki will come set. And that'll miss up and away.
Moffitt comes into tonight with a .357 batting average. It's 41 for 115 at the plate. He's got 15 doubles. That's the thing that jumps off the page at you, with 33 RBI and 39 runs scored.
Mooney's goes to the signs. Dresmecki delivers. And that's in there for a called strike 2.
And you see kind of a repeated trend at the plate now as the home plate umpire has a little bit of a higher strike zone tonight.
So Moffitt going to dig back in here.
You heard the displeasure of the Clover fans of that being called a strike, but that's been consistent all night, so they're going to have to adjust to it.
The 2-2, and that's going to be off of the elbow of Moffitt, and that's going to load the bases up.
It's going to be Moffitt's third hit by pitch of the season, but I think all 3 might be during the playoffs. I was about to say he's got a lot recently. But
yeah. So he'll definitely take that to get on base, and it's going to bring up Zach Chavis.
And this is the guy you want with the bases loaded. It's Zach Chavis.
We saw a monster home run from him in that series-clinching win against the Lexington Flying Pigs the other night.
Chavis comes in tonight batting .374. That's 49 of 131 at the plate. He's got 11 doubles, 2 triples, and 6 homers, 53 RBI. That's the league lead in RBI. 47 runs, 29 walks to 14 strikeouts.
Clovers have Chalowski at third, McLean at second, Moffitt at first. And the first pitch runs up and in on Chavis.
Eventually, Dresmecki is going to get burned if he keeps going up. I know the strike zone is a little bit favorable up right now, but with guys like Chavis in the lineup, going up stairs is difficult.
Here's the 1-0. And that one is swung on, and it's going to be a foul ball down the first base line. That is going to activate the Sandhills bullpen as they are going to get some action going.
It's a lefty. You can't read the number, though. It would be huge if the Clovers just got a run or two more back here. Made it 5-2 or 5-3.
The 1-1, that's inside. Almost clipped that right thigh of Chavis. So the count 2-1.
Responding to crooked numbers with crooked numbers.
That's usually a good move.
It keeps the team morale high. You don't want to get down early.
And a tough one there for Chavis. That was way inside.
Zach Chavis just saw up and in and was like, I'm putting this one over the moon. It's going to land in Sampson County, and we're going to tie this game up right now. Just way too overzealous there for number 10.
The 2-2 pitch. And that one is going to get by. Here comes the run home. And this time, Caden Chalowski will score. That one did nick off of the glove of Mooney's. And it was also up into the fence. So,
there we go.
Yeah.
The fence is much less prone to bounces than the brick wall.
A little more forgiving.
Yeah.
So Chavis scores. Everybody else moves up behind. So McLean at third, Moffitt down to second. So now very good speed and scoring position at both bases. And the count is full here to the batter, Chavis. The pitch. That's swung on. Head out to right, but going to be caught. The right fielder, Spicer, playing with the sun. And Chavis just got too much of it. But the Clovers do cut into the deficit. They plate two. As we go to the third, it's 5-2 Sandhills here in Game 1 of our 2024 Old North State League Championship Series as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. And a call to the bullpen for Landry Moore and the Clayton Clovers as we go here to the top of the third inning. And it's going to be number 35, Brandon Humphreys, the junior from Methodist University. The right-hander, 6 foot tall, 230 pounds. And he's going to get tasked here with trying to keep the Sandhills Bogeys offense at bay. And Nate with some numbers on Brandon this year.
Humphreys has been a very versatile guy for the Clovers this summer. He's started some, he's relieved some. He's got 27.2 innings pitched in 3 starts. He's got a 3-0 record with 25 hits given up, 16 runs, only 6 of them earned, 8 walks to 23 strikeouts with a 1.95 ERA.
So it'll be the 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Bogeys here in the third as Caden Petrie will lead things off. Fouls that one back.
I think what makes this championship format so fun is that if you get through that round 2 with your third and fourth starter, you get back to the ace, the 1-2 in your pitching order.
And a big swing and a miss here from Petrie, and the count will go 0-2.
Because it felt to me that the Pigs and the Clovers really had a shortage of pitchers because of those back-to-back series,
yes.
And now you get the best arms back.
Swung on and missed strike 3.
Great start from Humphreys. And we talked about last time he started against the Pigs, the Flying Pigs, that Humphreys shows a lot of emotion on the mound.
Yes.
He revels in the
you've mentioned that. He lives for the moment.
Oh, yeah. He loves the emotions of the crowd, and he loves people screaming at him. He loves it all.
So he will face the designated hitter, Josh Zambito. Grounded out to the second baseman, Caleb Smith, his first time up. And there's going to be a called strike on the outer half.
And Humphreys, with his pitch mix, is going to be at least set 50% sliders. He's going to throw a lot of that off-speed pitch. It's a really good slider.
And this one in the dirt.
And it's got a pretty good velocity to it. It doesn't look that much different from the fastball out of the hand, but obviously he's going to break a whole lot more. Very deceptive is Humphreys, and he's going to throw a lot of that sliding pitch.
Levake sets up low and away the pitch, and that's in there, called strike 2.
He does have the fastball, of course, and a changeup, but I would say the usage is going to be 25% fastball, then maybe 10 or 15% changeup.
Here's the pitch, and that one will be in the dirt. Good waste pitch there. Trying to see if we can get Zambito chasing.
That's really, I think, just what we didn't see enough of out of Collins tonight in his 2 innings, that there wasn't enough waste pitches.
Here's the 2-2, and that one is swung on. It is skied out to right center, and the catch will be made by Garrett Moffitt on the run. So there's 2 away.
Very good communication between Moffitt and Watson out there. Watson, obviously, like I said, a little bit more used to left field this summer, but moving over to right today.
And that will bring in the home run hitter from the second inning, Garrett Wolf, who quickly made this a 3-0 game for the Bogeys back in the second. Fouls this one right back. Rattle the GoPro a little bit.
Got to be the surprising hero, right?
Yeah.
Just not a guy you'd expect to come out here and just change the game in an instant.
Humphreys heading the count here 0-1. And that one fouled out of play, first base side. Some really free swings here from Wolf. Feeling good.
I mean, if you hit a homer, I think it was the first pitch he saw from Collins.
Yeah.
Your first pitch swinging, home run, 3-0, I'd be feeling it too.
Here's the pitch. That one is swung on, and he's going to have a 2-for-2 start.
He's 100% feeling it.
As he's going to single right back up to center.
Has he swung at every pitch he's seen tonight?
I think he has.
I mean, he just hitting the ball well. Someone throw this kid a ball in the dirt.
So that'll be a 2-out single. As that'll bring up the first baseman, Dominic Deppa. Humphreys in his first inning of relief here, taking over for the starter, Hugh Collins. And that one going to miss out to Deppa. He grounded out to the first baseman, Chavis, unassisted. Back in the second.
Talking a little bit more about Garrett Wolf's day, I think sometimes in baseball that's all it is. Just you get up in the box some days, and everyone's just throwing you strikes.
This one head out to left, and Nathanson will be able to track that one down. So the 2-out single from Wolf does not come back to do anything to the Clovers here in the top of the third. We go to the bottom half as the Bogeys strand a runner on base. It's 5-2 as you're watching the 2024 Old North State League Championship Series, Game 1 of our best of 3 games here on the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside my broadcast partner here as Nate Johnson. As we go here to the bottom of the third. And again, Nate Clovers just chipping away. And hopefully in that spot realizing as much as we know the offense is potent not to try to get it all back at once. and they keep the Bogeys off the board there in the top half of the inning, so maybe a chance to keep chipping away here a little bit.
That's just all you got to do. You just got to hope the Bogeys just somehow you can throw a little bit of water on the fire.
Yep.
Somebody, some pitcher.
And this could be the spot where the Clovers look to keep that rally going as Brady Nathanson leads things off as he takes ball 1 here and now ball 2 as he worked a walk his first time up. Would get stranded on base, but continues to show the patience and the good eye at the plate against the starter, Dresmecki. And the count going to go 3-0.
Brady, just an extremely calm hitter. Someone who goes up there, there's not a whole lot of movement in the stance, not a lot of movement in the feet.
Here's the 3-0, and that one will be in there for a strike.
But if he's looking to swing, just hits it right back up the middle, right over the head of the shortstop, right over the head of the second baseman. Very, very calm.
And there's ball 4. Another walk for Brady Nathanson. He's on to lead off the inning.
The one thing that would make Brady Nathanson a slightly more potent version of himself is if he was the guy stealing 20 bases this season.
That is true. Another element to the game. Yeah.
He's got 6 so far, so definitely not. Oh, there's the day for Luke Dresmecki.
Yeah, as Andy Fox was making his way out, and right as he went out, his first trip, doesn't even chat to his pitcher before, and then Andy Fox has made a call to the bullpen for the Sandhills Bogeys. So we'll see what that does for Clayton. We'll step aside. We'll get the details on the new pitcher after a leadoff walk to Brady Nathanson. Both teams to the bullpen in the championship game in the 3rd inning. We'll be right back here watching the Clayton Clovers Broadcast Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson as call to the bullpen for the Sandhills Bogeys. And their new pitcher is going to be a left-hander, number 14, Issei Yanagasawa, out of New Mexico Junior College, a freshman, 5'6", 152 pounds. And he's going to be tasked with taking over for the starter, Luke Dresmecki, who comes out failing to get an out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
For anybody that thinks broadcasting is easy, I want you to come out here and put on Doug Page's headset and say Issei Yanagasawa 10 times.
Yeah.
Then you can tell me it's easy.
I want to be able to say it 10 times with the headset on here. But so call to the bullpen early on. Clearly going to be a bullpen game here as for the Bogeys. Their manager, Andy Fox, did not like what he saw there with that 4-pitch walk to start things off to Brady Nathanson. And now we'll see what the Clovers can do here as Connor Witherington's going to be the first batter to face him.
I'm curious as to why Issei didn't start. He's got a 2-1 record, 27 innings pitched this summer, 6.33 ERA, and 34 hits, 20 runs, 19 of them earned, 12 walks to 32 strikeouts. So in comparison to Dresmecki, he's got much better numbers. It's very curious to me why Dresmecki, the guy who's 0-3, is going to start Game 1 of the championship series.
So we are ready to go here. Witherington steps in. Runner at first, nobody out. And the fastball here going to miss high. That'll also change things up with some of the left-handed bats. They'll be coming up, and now right away we get a chat here as Mooney's is going to go out and have a chat with his pitcher. So Yanagasawa and Mooney's wanting to talk over on signs and approach here after the first pitch sailed high. So 5 straight pitches collectively for Bogeys pitchers to miss the zone here.
Though we talked a little bit during the break about how the Clovers did exactly what I told them not to do before the game. I told them to try to make it more of a defensive and pitching matchup. And obviously looking to be more of a bullpen in a high-scoring game here.
Throw over here to check the runner as Nathanson had no movement there towards second. So he's back easily. Clovers have been very selective on the base paths through these 4 playoff games. Here's the 1-0. That one's in there for a called strike on the inner half to Witherington. Struck out looking his first time up.
Obviously, some of that hesitation on the base pass has to do with the moment. You know, the playoff matchup, everyone's catcher is going to be playing just a little bit better. But obviously, losing Davey Morgan has to contribute at least a large portion of that.
That one is swung on, skied in the air, and that'll get well out of play down the left field line by Witherington. As he'll fall behind the count 1-2. Yanagisawa will jump ahead in the count. Nathanson takes his lead at first. And that one just going to miss. Almost broke late to catch the upper portion of that zone.
That breaking ball needed the mound to be about 66 feet, 6 inches. So then it would be breaking right about the spot that Issei wanted it to.
The 2-2, and that one is skied in the air. That will get out of play behind us. Making its way towards Glen Laurel Road. Count a hole, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Middle of the order here for the Clovers, trailing 5-2. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Moonies will go through the side. Check the runner at first. The runner goes. The pitch is swung on. That one taken out to left. That one's going to be down. So they can't go any further than second, but a nice job on the hit and run as Nathanson's going to move up to second.
I've wanted to see a stolen base for quite some time now. And Brady Nathan, as soon as he takes off, obviously he's a very capable base runner playing outfield. Has 6 this summer. Witherington's like, no, I'm going to swing at this one.
So it'll put runners on first and second for Thomas Watson. Watson had a very nice single his first time up, barreled up a baseball, took it right back up the middle.
Thomas Watson is an interesting walk-up song.
I mean, hey, if this is what gets you juiced, go for it.
It's like the exact opposite of Connors. They're roommates and just, oh, man. The Bama boys are funny to me. I like them.
Sometimes opposites attract.
Yeah.
So the count here will be 1-0. Big spot for the Clovers. Again, trying to chip away at a 5-2 deficit.
It's a great start here. Nobody out, 2 base runners.
Here's the pitch. That one will miss up, and the count 2-0.
Even though I said it would probably favor in the Clovers' direction if this was a low-scoring ball game, high-scoring baseball is really fun.
It does
really
have
fun.
its perks, yeah.
And I say it as a pitcher. I'm a pitcher who
Correct,
likes high-scoring baseball games.
As the 2-0, that's going to miss outside. There's a little bit of a flinch from the home plate umpire.
Because it makes my job easier. If I come in on the mound, it's 13-12. If I give up 1 run, who cares?
Yeah, right.
That's 1 run. We've already scored 12. Yeah. A lot less pressure than coming in 1-0.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that misses, ball 4. So the bases are loaded for the Clovers, nobody out. Patience paying off here so far in this inning.
For the Clovers, for your catcher, numero 4.
It was an interesting move to take out Dresmecki so quickly because even though he was bending, he's given up 2. He lead-off walk.
Yep.
He hadn't broken yet. Obviously still had a lead. Hadn't gotten an out, but only faced 1 batter in the 3rd. So we'll see if the coaching staff of the Bogeys come to regret their decision to yank Dresmecki so early.
So it'll be Alex Levesque, the batter. See if he can work in at bat here. His first pitch swinging his last time up, grounded into a fielder's choice. He's going to take strike 1 here on the outer half.
And I like to see the patience from Levesque. Levesque's a guy who's recently, when he's been swinging early in the count, it's not bode well for him. But when he's been more patient, he's had much better plate appearances.
Here's the 0-1, and he takes a big swing and a miss there as he'll go behind 0-2.
That was a big old swing on a breaking ball. It was left over the middle of the plate. Levesque, I think, was just swinging out of his shoes, couldn't quite connect.
So again, the bases loaded for the Clovers. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third inning, trailing 5-2. An 0-2 pitch, and that's in the dirt. Good eye by LeVake there. Isawa, the new pitcher, again for the Bogeys out of the bullpen. Ahead in the count here, a ball and 2 strikes, and that one's up and in. And the count's getting even up here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A walk, a single, and a walk.
LeVake does have a home run this summer, so he does have the potential to put one out here.
The 2-2 pitch is swung on. That one hit out to left. The out's made. Here comes the runner, Nathanson. He's going to score, and that's going to make it 5-3.
Absolutely a great at-bat from LeVake, especially in a 5-3 ball game, and especially with nobody out.
Correct.
If there's one out, okay. You know, now you've got 2, so that's a little bit of a, upsetting factor that now that your 8th spot has to work with 2 outs. But with nobody out, that's a great job of LeVake having a productive at-bat, getting another run back, and now we're only down 2 with 2 guys on.
So Witherington and Watson were not able to advance, but they're still at first and second, 1 away here for Chalowski. He walked his first time up.
Now the challenge is going to be to try to advance Witherington. We're obviously not trying to ground him to a double play. Witherington doesn't have a stolen base this summer, though, so we're not going to do it via the stolen base.
The southpaw gets set to deliver a 1-0. That one breaks in there for a called strike.
I like that pitch from Issei. I think it would be very disappointed if Chalowski could wait on that slower breaking pitch and take it to right field, because he's been going outside to every batter. Let's see if Chalowski is disciplined enough to take it to right.
Yanagisawa delivers. That one's going to miss slow and away. Clovers have trimmed the deficit from 5-0 to 5-3. Runners take their leads. Yanagisawa sets and delivers. And that one is not offered at, as Chalowski was able to hold the bat. Count will go to 3-1. Big spot here for Caden Chalowski. A favorable 3-1 count. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Here's the pitch. That one is swung at and missed.
I don't mind that swing. 3-1. That was that outside fastball. I think that Chalowski was taking the other way, like I just talked about. I think that was a fine approach. I think 3-1, he has totally the right to swing at that pitch. Now let's see if he can have a better result here, 3-2.
The left-hander comes set. The payoff pitch. That's high, ball 4. Bases loaded again. Chalowski, his second walk.
And now you get to see a switch hitter in Caleb Smith. So this is interesting because I feel like Smith has not switch hit that much this year because I feel like he just faced so many righties. I don't see him swing righty that often.
So here's another diversifying piece to that game for Caleb Smith as he bats from the right-handed batter's box. Swings and misses at a fastball there to start off the at-bat.
Trying to pull that pitch immediately off the bat. I think you're just going to be way more successful against Yanagisawa if you go the opposite way.
So he's behind the count 0-1. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI single. And that one just going to miss. So the count will even up here to ball and a strike.
When Yanagisawa misses that outside corner, he's not missing by a whole lot.
Mooney, as the catcher, will go through the signs. Bases full of Clovers, 1 away here, bottom of the third. Yanagisawa delivers, and that one's tipped into the glove and then out of Mooney. So the count will be a ball and 2 strikes.
This would be a second huge RBI opportunity for Smith in as many innings, especially for a guy who's making his first start of the postseason. Very defining moment here.
The 2-strike offering, and that one is popped back into the fence.
Smith has been early on all 3 swings this at-bat. need him to slow it down if he wants to have a chance to reach here.
So he will step back in, standing right in the middle of that right-handed batter's box.
Now, if I was Yanni Gasawa, I'd go with a changeup here if he's got one.
And that one's going to miss inside. So the count will leave it up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Witherington at third, Watson at second, Chalowski at first. The 2-2. That one is swung on, hit to first. They're going to come home for the force out. The throw back to first is in time, and it's going to be an ending.
That's a huge double play.
3-2-3 double play.
A huge double play to prevent the Clovers from obviously getting him within 1 run or even tying it possibly with McLean up at the plate next. So the defense coming through for Issei Yanagisawa.
So that will send us to the 4th. The Clovers chip away again. It's 5-3. We'll step aside as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson as we come to you live here from East Clayton Community Park here in Clayton, North Carolina. Game 1 of this best-of-3 game Old North State League Championship Series between the Sandhills Bogeys and the Clayton Clovers. Sandhills holds on to a 5-3 advantage, as it'll be the 9-1-2 batters for the Bogeys against Brandon Humphreys in his second inning of work out of the bullpen. And that one is swung on, played by the first baseman Chavis, and there's out number 1 on 1 pitch.
I know he's only the second pitcher we've seen tonight for the Clovers, but Humphreys is looking to become the first Clover pitcher to have a second consecutive scoreless inning. Obviously, Hugh Collins had a good first one, and it all kind of broke down on him in the second inning. So let's see if Humphreys can get through 6 outs successfully.
We go back to the top of the order, Angel Lobo. He's going to take this one inside. That one just missed off the inner half. Lobo 1 for 2 in the game, struck out to start the night off, then had a single and scored a run in the second. And this one will miss low and away. Lobo looking to work ahead in the count here for the Bogeys. Levesque sets up the pitch, and that one's fouled back just to our left.
I will say, though, if there's a team that is poised to come back and win a ball game when your starter only goes 2 innings in game 1 of the championship round, it's the Clovers. They've got 3 starters they're very comfortable with, and obviously Humphreys was not a guy they were planning to use this early, but obviously his name was called upon here, and he's done well thus far through 4 outs.
So that'll be fouled back, and the count's going to even up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a 1 away. Here's the pitch. That one ran inside, almost caught the elbow of Lobo. So the count will go full. And that one is going to be fouled off.
Good fight there by Lobo. That was a really good slider from Humphreys. It's low and away. I do not believe that was a strike, but it was deceptive enough out of Humphreys' hands to get him to think about it.
The payoff pitch again is going to be a check swing.
Another one. Humphreys is doing great to not leave anything really over the arc of the plate. All of these have been close to the corners. And done a great job thus far of confusing the Bogeys.
So another 3-2 pitch, and that one's going to be off the elbow. So unfortunately, Humphreys is going to lose Lobo as he will take first.
That's a shame after such a long at-bat, a hard-worked one by both sides, that it ends in a hit by pitch. But Lobo did a great job of forcing Humphreys to throw, let me see here, 8 pitches.
So that will bring up the left fielder, as it'll be Nolan Hall. He had a bloop single in the left field his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Humphreys working with a runner on first now. And this one will miss inside.
And those 2 consecutive sliders have just not quite broke like Humphreys wanted them to. Obviously, that last one hitting Lobo. That one wasn't too far off from hitting Hull.
Throw over to check the runner, but fortunately it was to the left side of the bag. So no chance there, even if it would have been close, for Chavis to try to apply a tag. He had to worry about securing that one. 1-0. That one's inside, a snap throw now. And then that one got away, but luckily not far enough away.
The slider's just been backing up on Humphreys. He's got to get a little better grip on the ball possibly.
And it might not help, too. A little bit of humidity, obviously, in the air here tonight. A little sticky. So the count 2-0. 1 away. Runner at first. Humphreys. That one's in there for a called strike, and there's that high strike zone call. That one right up at the letters of the jersey.
Even though the Bogeys have no letters, they have this
is
very,
true.
very unique
They have their
green
tuxedo
jacket.
jersey.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like the Luckies.
And this one's going to be foul.
Except obviously the Luckies are going for more of an old school tuxedo look, and they're
Yes.
going for more of a golf jacket.
Like the Masters, obviously.
Yeah.
Pinehurst.
Yeah.
Golf.
Very much, obviously, a golf-themed jersey.
Yeah, exactly. So the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Here to Hull with Mooney's on deck. The pitch, and that one fouled. And the at-bat will stay alive here. So after that first pitch, swing and out from the number 9 batter, Spicer, Humphreys has now had to get to work here against Lobo and Hull.
The first 4 outs were very efficient. Slowed down, obviously, very tremendously through the last 2.
And that one is going to be off the batter, Hall. So back-to-back hit by pitches here for Humphreys, and that's going to bring up Charlie Mooney's.
And Humphreys is just obviously not intentionally.
Yeah.
But he's been trying to work that inside corner, and he just had a couple miss just a little bit, and both of those batters were crowding the plate just enough where they caught one off the left arm.
So that'll bring up Mooney's. He had an RBI single his last time up. He's also struck out. Here's the pitch, and that one's in the dirt. Nice job there by Levesque to corral that one.
It's also just an unfortunate time to hit those 2 batters to bring up this cat.
Correct.
Who has obviously been quite a force here in the Old North State League recently.
So Humphreys will come set here. He's lost the strike zone a little bit. The 1-0, and a big swing and a miss there by Mooney's.
I believe that was a changeup. Had some late break on it, some late drop off the zone from Humphreys. I don't believe I've seen a ton of those yet tonight. Like I said, it's been mostly sliders.
This might be a good time to work those in.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, that slider's been backing up on him just a little bit.
And that one is foul by Mooney's down the left field line. That could have spelled trouble.
Yeah, Mooney's is 9 hits this postseason. Well, 10 now. They've been very loud. That single back in the 2nd inning from Mooney's was only the 3rd single of his 10 hits this postseason. He's also had, obviously, the 4 home runs is what people know, and he's also had 3 doubles.
1-2 pitch, and that one is fouled off, and that caught Levesque. That's going to sting.
I'm not sure exactly what that slugging percentage is. 3 singles, 3 doubles, 4 home runs, but it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Pretty high.
As Mooney's, the fellow catcher, going to come over and share a laugh there with Levesque. who took the brunt of that foul tip on that offering from Humphreys.
I love some catcher solidarity.
Yeah. All right, so we get set to go here. Big spot for Brandon Humphreys. After getting a first pitch ground out to start the inning, he's hit back-to-back batters. He's ahead in the count of ball and 2 strikes here to Mooney's. Here's the offering, and that one is swung on. This one skied out to right center. Moffitt tracking it. They're going to send the runner from second, as it'll be allowed out number 2, as Lobo will advance to third on the play.
Man, everything that cat does is loud.
Exactly.
Even the outs are loud.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think that one was out of here off the bat, but just like it just kept drifting back and back, and the closer Garrett Moffitt got to the wall, I was just like, does that have a shot?
You definitely don't feel easy.
No.
Assured of the out.
No.
So that'll bring up Hunter Honeycutt. 1 for 2 on the net, a single and a fly out to center. He's got runners at the corners. And there's a first pitch strike right on the inner half of the plate. Alex Levesque will go through the signs, 2 away. And this one will miss low and outside over into the right-handed batter's box.
Humphreys has to be specifically careful not to let up a wild pitch here with 2 outs. Obviously, the Clovers got a run that way last inning, and they don't want to give up that little run they stole back.
And this one is swung on, and that's going to be off of the glove of Caleb Smith. That's going to bring a run in. So a tough one there for Caleb Smith. He couldn't corral it, and that's going to make it 6-3.
Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Clayton.
As Angel Lobo comes in to score. So that'll bring up Caden Petrie. Petrie in this game has walked and struck out. Chops this one off the plate. Going to be a tough play. The throw, and it's not in time. It's going to be an infield single for Petrie.
Feels like that's just the way the ball is bouncing today for the Bogeys. Just soft enough where Chalowski wasn't able to get that one in time.
So that will load the bases up here for Sandhills, as it'll bring up Josh Zambito. He is 0 for 2 on the night. He is grounded out to second, flied out to center. And this one is in the dirt.
And obviously, if you're a Clover fan, it's not the end of the world if the Bogeys add another run onto that first 5 in the second inning. However, you just can't stagnate on offense. If you're going to give up an occasional run or 2, or even 3 or 4 to the Bogeys tonight after that big 5-run second inning, you just can't stagnate.
So the count will be 2-0 here.
Got to keep responding.
As Brandon Humphreys looking to try to come out of this half inning with just the 1 run allowed. But he's behind in the count, 2-0. He comes set, delivers. That one he got help with a little bit. A lot of late movement.
That was a great pitch. That's what you call a strikeout pitch.
Yeah.
Luckily, or unfortunately for Humphreys, it was 2-0 when he threw it. But, man, that looked great out of the hand. It looked like it was going to be right down the middle and broke right into the inside half of the zone. And that was almost unhittable for Zambito.
The 2-1. That one swung at and missed. And might be something to keep in the back of the head.
He follows it up with another strikeout pitch, but neither of them have been with 2 strikes. That was a great slider that broke very late, and that's what you want to see out of a good slider. Broke at the very last second away from the barrel of Mr. Zambito. Now will he throw a strikeout pitch again with 2 strikes now?
Here comes the 2-2. And that one is swung on. Hit to short. William McLean going to toss it to Smith, and they'll get the force out for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Bogeys will leave a couple runners on base. They do add 1 as they take a 6-3 lead to the bottom of the 4th inning here at East Clayton Community Park. We'll step aside. Game 1 of this best-of-3 game championship series here in Old North State League action as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dick Page along with you, alongside Nate Johnson, as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 6-3 is the score. The Bogeys with the lead. And we've got the top of the order for the Clovers as Lane McLean will step in to lead things off. It'll be McLean, Moffitt, and Chavis.
Lane really has set the tone. Obviously, just a little bit more of a bigger responsibility, too, because he's the leadoff hitter. He's starting shortstop, leads this team in so many statistical categories. He's got to be the one to say, guys, we're going to score again this inning.
He has been on base twice. He has singled, reached on a fielder's choice. Fouls the first pitch straight back. Clovers with 4 hits in this game. All of them singles. And there's a nice breaking pitch that drops in, catches the outer half for a called strike 2.
That's what Issei was looking for all last inning. Just wasn't quite breaking enough to catch that outside corner, but he can get that consistently. He'll be much more effective.
A big 0-2 pitch on its way, and that one's in the dirt. Easy one there for McLean to lay off of.
McLean reaching first is also another big deal for the Clovers because he's a guy who can steal bases. He's got 14 stolen bases so far this year, and I talked about it early in the game. The speed component is what really, I think, what the Clovers have just been lacking this postseason.
So the count of ball and 2 strikes. You're in game 1 of this best-of-3 championship series. And that one is swung on, skied in the air. First baseman giving it a look, and the catch will be made by Depa. And there's a big first out to start off the top of the 4th inning.
Here's your center fielder, number 30, Garrett Moffitt.
So they'll bring in Garrett Moffitt. See what he can do in this lefty-lefty matchup. He was hit by pitches last time up. He's also popped up to the shortstop. And the first pitch going to catch the inner half for a called strike.
Obviously, Moffitt's a guy with an explosive bat, like I've talked about with all those doubles, triples, and home runs this year, the extra base hits, but it's really just important to get on base. A single would work perfectly fine here.
And he's going to see the count even up here at the ball, and a strike takes that one low and away.
You don't want to see a guy get overzealous and just start swinging out of his shoes and saying, I need to make up all 3 of these runs right now by myself.
He's got the bases empty here, 1 away. And he takes a big, healthy hack there. Can't come up with anything. The count goes to 1-2.
That was the home run swing.
Tries to see if he can become a 1-out base runner with Zach Chavis in the on-deck circle. And that one gonna just miss. A big take there by Moffitt.
Yanagasawa is being very aggressive with that breaking ball. He's put it wherever he likes it. Not quite touching the corners just yet.
Here's the 2-2 from Yanagasawa, and that one is waved at and missed. It's in the dirt. The throw from Mooney's is on line. And the strikeout 2-3 on the putout
He's your first baseman. He's the
for
Z-Man.
the second out.
And I think that last pitch had a kind of an impact on Moffitt's decision to swing at the next one because he saw the break. He saw it fall just above the zone. I think Moffitt breathed a little sigh of relief that, okay, I wasn't rung up on that pitch. And then the next one, he sees a lower breaking ball, and he's obviously, okay, I got to be all over that one, but it's way too low.
And Chavis offering at the pitch up and in, can't lay off on it. He's 0 for 2 tonight, a pair of flyouts. He has flied out to left, flied out to right. Yanagasawa's offering, that one's going to miss in. As the count will even up here.
Kind of like Humphreys. Yanagasawa does have that that break to it, that off speed, that's liable to kind of back up on a batter of the same side of the plate. They could possibly hit him. That one went too far from Chavis.
Now he thought about going with the fastball here, but it's going to miss off the outer half.
Very good take.
So the count is going to be 2 balls and a strike. 2 away, base is empty. The offering, that one in the dirt, and the count now 3-1. So can the Clovers keep the inning alive here with 2 outs? Brady Nathanson in the on-deck circle. Yanagisawa comes set, delivers, and that's in there for a called strike 2.
See it again, just a little bit of that higher zone tonight.
So we've got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Yanagisawa is offering. That swung at and missed. And it's going to be back-to-back strikeouts, a 1-2-3 inning for Yanagisawa as we are through 4 complete here at East Clayton Community Park. It's a 6-3 lead for the Bogeys. We'll step aside as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. And we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Brandon Humphreys is back out there for the Clayton Clovers as he's going to face the 7, 8, and 9 batters for the Sandhills Bogeys. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson here in a tightly contested Game 1 of this best-of-3 game championship series here at East Clayton Community Park.
Doug, what did I say last time Garrett Wolf was at the plate? Somebody throw a ball in the dirt to this kid.
And he doesn't offer it. It was in the dirt.
First time he has not swung on a pitch all day.
He is 2 for 2, a 3-run home run, a single. Humphreys 1-0. That's in there for a called strike.
If you notice the guy's been swinging first pitch and that's what he's feeling, he's just feeling it. Every pitcher he's faced has just grooved one first. Don't let him have that.
And there's called strike 2. So the count of ball and 2 strikes. Dominic Deppa in the on-deck circle. Humphrey sets, delivers. That one is swung on. That one's skied in the air. Who's calling for it? And it's going to be the third baseman, Chalowski. He'll make the catch, and for the first time tonight, Wolf is retired.
Sometimes that's all it takes to retire a guy who's hot at the plate like Wolf is. It just changes eyes, changes comfort level, because hitting's all about comfort and timing, and if you're comfortable in that box and you feel like you're timing up the pitcher pretty well, you're going to probably have a pretty good night at the plate.
That's going to bring up the left-hander, Dominic Deppa. Takes this fastball off the outer half of the plate. Deppa on the night 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first, flied out to left. Levesque will go through the signs. That one is swung on, fouled out of play. That'll even the count up. That'll get over towards the turf complex here at East Clayton Community Park. And the 1-1 going to miss away. Base is empty here for the Sandhills Bogeys in the top of the 6th inning.
Beginning for Humphreys, he's obviously facing 7-8-9, the bottom of the order. Can he go 7-8-9? Can he have a 1-2-3 inning?
And that one fouled out of play. It definitely would be interesting to see if he does what Landry Moore
that would just
do.
Show
correct
that he's got a rhythm, he's found the zone, he's found a groove, shows some longevity.
And that one is high in the zone, but it won't get the call here.
And that shows some stability to your offense. The guys behind you are like, okay, Humphrey's got us. If we can just support him offensively, we're going to be just okay.
Big pitch here for him. It's 3-2. The payoff, and that's outside, ball 4. First time on base tonight for Dominic Deppa as he works a one-out walk. Still a chance to get out of it here facing the number 9 batter with the double play in order. Spicer 1 for 2 on the night. Does have a ground ball out to the first baseman, Chavis. He's also singled, scored a run. And that one's going to drop in for a called strike. He came around to score on the single by Charlie Mooney's back in the second. This one in the dirt. Nice job by Levesque to corral that one.
That was athletic. And Alex Levesque was almost out of the left-hander's batter's box.
That was more like a hockey goalie slide.
Yeah, I mean,
there.
that's exactly what it looked like.
Here's the 1-1. And that one is in the dirt. Humphreys, you can tell, not happy with himself after that one. He's going to try to take a second here.
It's fine. What did I talk about against Lexington just a couple nights ago? You got a guy just going too quickly.
Yep.
You want to use the tempo to your advantage, but sometimes it's just not working for you. You got to slow down.
And that one is swung on, taken out to left field, down the line. That one's going to be foul.
Long strike. I just heard it in the crowd. Everybody knows.
Just a little bit too far in front of that one was Finley Spicer. What a name, too.
Finley Spicer isn't a unique one, for sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. A runner at first, 1 away here, top of the 5th. Brandon Humphreys, in his 3rd inning of relief, comes set. Delivers. That one is swung on, and that one is going to be out of play. And that one will get right behind the stands.
It's a pretty good pitch from Humphreys. 2-2, upstairs slider. Didn't hang it. It was up in the zone, though. Obviously, the umpires had a higher strike zone tonight. See if he can get Spicer looking. Instead, he attacks it and fouls it off.
So Humphreys has been locked in some extended battles.
He has. Humphreys has been battling tonight. Absolutely.
Another 2-2 pitch. And that one is swung on and again fouled. Got to give the Bogeys credit. They are making him work.
That's kind of a credit to what type of pitcher Humphreys is. He's a guy similar to Luke Macon. Last game, he's a ground ball guy. He wants you to swing at bad pitches.
Well, we're going to check the runner. Do they have him? They don't.
Easily the closest call at first base tonight. That was a good move by Humphreys. Humphreys is one of the quicker right-handers on the staff to make a move over to first base. I've seen it multiple times this year. He might have a pickoff this year, but always very close.
The 2-2, and that's going to be slowing away, and the count going to go full. Here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bullpen is going for the Clovers.
Sam Best-Boyazni's standing out there. I'm not sure if he's throwing.
Here's the pitch, and that one swung on and missed. Strike 3. A huge strike out there for Brandon Humphreys. There's 2 away.
That's kind of the first long at-bat that's gone Humphreys' way. Every other one, the Bogeys have been resilient and eventually reached, but Humphreys wins one there.
So we do go back to the top of the order. There's 2 away as Angel Lobo going to step in. He was hit by a pitch on the elbow last time from Humphreys. Swings, fouls the first pitch back. Clovers trying to keep this at a 6-3 contest. Runner at first is Deppa. The pitch is swung on. Hits Caleb Smith. He gloves it. His throw in time. And that will end the inning. So a 1-out walk does not come back to hurt Brandon Humphreys and the Clovers. 6-3 is the score. We're halfway through this one. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll step aside. You're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. So another inning of work on the mound for Issei Yanagasawa for the Sandhills Bogeys, as he is going to face the 4, 5, and 6 batters here for the Clovers, as Brady Nathanson going to step in to get things underway. Clovers still trying to chip away here at the deficit.
Nathanson seen nothing tonight. 2 walks and 10 pitches, I believe.
This will be his first at bat against the reliever, as he's going to take a called strike here. Both of his walks were against the starter, Drozmecki. That one is a wild one in the dirt, even the count up. Yanagasawa worked a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th, had a pair of strikeouts. So since coming in, he's given up 1 hit. He's walked a pair, got that huge double play. Also got a pop up. The offering, that one's going to break in there, called strike 2.
The ultimate question is going to be are the Clovers going to adjust to that little bit strange lefty breaking ball, or is Yanagasawa going to have a long outing here?
And that one is swung on a chopper off the plate. Yanagasawa is going to have to field it. His throw is off the line, and Brady Nathanson is safe at first.
Athletic play to get off the mound and get to that ball pretty quickly by Issei, but throw just pulled first baseman Depa off the bag.
So it'll be a leadoff runner. 3rd time tonight that Nathanson has been on base. And that'll bring up Connor Witherington here for the Clovers. He's had a 1-for-2 night.
Now batting Connor Witherington.
A single and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on, and that will get out of play. First base side.
Need to have a big at-bat here from Connor. Obviously, we talked about he's been hot at the plate. I just need him to be productive here. I need him to move Nathanson over, something.
So we'll see what the designated hitter out of University of North Florida can do. And they throw over Nathanson back.
Nathanson did take off last time Witherington was up. That was a sort of a hit-and-run scenario,
yep.
So Issei might remember that. Check Nathanson out.
It was a bloop single into left field. This one's going to be a called strike on the outer half.
Somebody's going to have to take that outside breaking ball and push it the opposite way. A righty's going to have to. I'm not sure if a lefty's touching that ball. It's breaking too sharply. A righty's just going to have to see it and push it to right.
Here's the 0-2, and that one swung at and missed for strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning. 3rd strikeout for the reliever, Yanagasawa.
So that's the thing. You don't want to face, or you don't want to offer at the breaking ball that starts middle, like that one, like the same one to Chavis earlier that struck him out. You want to swing at the one that starts high.
So that'll bring up Thomas Watson.
The one that looks very unappealing out of his hand, but it winds up in the middle of the zone.
That one's in the dirt. Good take there by Watson. Watson has been on base twice tonight. He has singled and walked. So the Clovers, again, with that strikeout of Witherington, they're now getting their second looks at the reliever. There is action down in the bullpen for the Bogeys. Do they have the runner picked off here? The throw is high, and now heading for third is going to be Nathanson, and that works out for the Clovers. That's now twice in the last 2 games where we've thought maybe they're going to be picked off, and it's worked out positive for the Clovers.
Nathanson actually had a really good jump.
He did.
I actually think he had a shot at making it safely at second base, so I'm going to give him the stolen base there. Then obviously a reach on error to get to third. So an impressive jump from Nathanson. Second plate appearance in a row that he's going to end up taking off, and then his stolen base attempt gets rudely interrupted by somebody.
So the count still 1-0 here to Watson, as that was not a pitch. Again, it was an attempted pickoff. Here's the pitch, and that time Watson does offer
I like the adjustment, yeah.
He offered at it.
He doesn't quite, connect with it in the way he wanted to. He's a little bit too on his front foot. He's got to weight back on it on his right. It takes a while to get to you. It's not a very high velocity breaking ball. You've got to sit back and drive it.
The pitch. That one is swung on. Skied out to right. Do they send the runner? They do. Here comes the throw. It's high, and the runner is safe. Nathanson got under the tag. Mooney's not happy about it, but I do think he got under the tag.
That was purely the tag. That throw was in time. It was a little bit high. Obviously,
Yep.
Mooney went up before he came down with the tag, but Nathanson put his foot under the glove of Charlie Mooney. That was purely a great slide.
And that
we had a great angle at it.
We did.
I mean, I knew he was safe.
I was just hoping the umpire got a good angle because he came around.
Because he came around,
Yep.
yeah. I was hoping he saw it, but I saw it plain as day that his foot was underneath the tag.
And Andy Fox is going to give his opinion to the home plate umpire. Now he is going to go up and clean home plate off. Not going to change his call, obviously. That's going to stick for the Clovers. So the Clovers trade a run for an out. Bases are now empty.
For the second time tonight via the sacrifice fly. So you see some more of the Clovers have gone away from the power, and it's been all run manufacturing here. 2 sac flies to score 2 guys and a wild pitch.
So that will bring up Alex Levesque with the bases empty. 2 away. Swings the first pitch, fouls it back and out of play.
Now it would be huge if Levesque could take the energy of the crowd here, the energy of the dugout, and convert that into a big hit here, kind of restart the offense and maybe a 2-out rally.
Here's the pitch. That'll miss up and away. So the Clovers chip back with another run here in the bottom of the 5th, making it 6-4. The pitch, that one's outside, and the count is 2-1. Yanagisawa trying to get out of it, allowing just the 1 run. His pitch. That one is swung on, and that one fouled out of play. And the count leaving up 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Levesque's been on the fastball. Both the 2 he's fouled off have been fastballs, so I'd be watching for the breaking ball here. I'm pretty confident Issei Yanagisawa is going to go with the off speed, in which Levesque's not offered at yet.
Mooney's goes to the sides. The left-hander comes set. The pitch. That's low and away, and the count is full, 3-2.
You know, Levesque adjusts just a little bit. He saw that breaking ball started middle. Okay, take. Starts high. Okay, I got to swing at this one.
Here's the payoff pitch. And that's in there, strike 3. And that's going to end the inning. 4th strikeout for the reliever. Again, the Clovers do find a run. They trim the deficit to 6-4 as we go to the 6th here at East Clayton Community Park. As you're watching Game 1 of this best-of-3 championship series here in Old North State League action between the Sandhills Bogeys and the Clayton Clovers on the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the page alongside Nate Johnson as we go to the 6th inning. A call to the bullpen for the Clayton Clovers and Landry Moores. It's going to be the right-hander number 44, Sam Bespoyazny, out of Mobile Area Community College. Nate with some numbers on him.
Sam's been one of the main guys that Landry Moore's leaned on out of the bullpen for short distances this summer. He's got 18.2 innings pitched. Got a 1-0 record with 13 hits given up, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, 10 walks to 20 strikeouts with a 2.89 ERA.
So leading off at the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be the left fielder Nolan Hall. He's been on base twice tonight. He's been hit by a pitch. He's singled, flied out to center. Swings and fouls off the first pitch.
And Doug, even though the Clovers got 1 run last inning just to make it 6-4, only a 2-run deficit now, that's really important because it provides such a morale boost for your pitching staff. Of okay, the offense, they're doing their thing. They're going to get to 6. If I just hold them, we'll be back in this.
As that pitch going to miss there from Bespoyazny, and you can hear the discontent from the fans behind us, wondering where that one missed. Hall awaits the offering, and that one's going to be in there for college strikes. The count of ball and 2 strikes. Hall, Moonies, and Honeycutt. Bespoyazny comes set. And that one will miss outside.
A lot of life on that breaking ball from Bespoyazny. Just couldn't fool Hull.
They set up away. The pitch, that one is swung on. McLean, couple hops. His throw is in time to get the speedy Nolan Hull down the line. That wasn't an easy play.
No, and that's a play that the average baseball fan's going to watch. So, okay, hit right at him, not hit especially hard or soft.
Yeah.
McLean should make that play every time, but that weird hopper, that's 3 or 4 hops, and you just don't quite know whether to charge it or wait on it or when to quite go and make your move to get that baseball. And McLean, he did make it look easy, though.
So that'll bring up Charlie Moonies to face Bespoyazny for the first time. And that one's in the dirt as Moonies taking all the way. Moonies on the night has struck out, flied out to center, has an RBI single. The 1-0. That one is swung at and missed.
And I actually like this move to go with Bespoyazny here in this inning instead of letting Humphreys start it. Humphreys gone through 9 outs now, and it just feels like they're just starting to get comfortable with him.
And this one going to miss low and outside.
So it's just as soon as the Bogeys were starting to maybe, okay, I might have figured this guy out now. Get a completely new arm out there.
Big pitch here, and that one is going to skip right off of the fence. So big count here for Moonies. We'll see if the Clovers want to challenge him. Here's the pitch. They do. That one's hit out to right. Calling for it is Watson. He makes the catch. That's probably the first time tonight where I felt comfortable that one was going to be an out off the bat of Moonies.
And really just not a good swing there from Moonies. That's not a pitch he should be swinging at, especially 3-1. A good job of Bespoyazny to get his opposing batter to reach there a little bit, 3-1.
So that's going to bring up the second baseman, as it'll be Hunter Honeycutt. He is 2 for 3 on the night. Has an RBI single. He takes a strike here.
That breaking ball from Bespoyazny looks really good.
Just love his fluid motion on the mound.
Very fluid. Looks very comfortable.
Even when he puts a ball in the dirt like that, still it's a free motion. Not a lot of over movement, not trying to really put a lot of extra movement into it. I mean, some guys you see out there, you could tell they're putting 100% effort in it. They're giving the grunt after they let go of the pitch. It's just easy motion.
The one thing about Sam is that all summer, Landry has never have to worry about him.
Here's a chopper right back at him. He's going to underhand toss it to first in time for the out.
The one thing about Sam, you never have to say, okay, is it going to be a day that Sam's going to throw strikes? Sam's always throwing strikes. He's never going to go out there and walk a bunch of batters, hit a bunch of batters. Sam's very consistent, is that he's a strike thrower.
So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. Clovers now trail by 2 at 6-4 as you're watching Game 1 of this best-of-3 championship series here in the Old North State League, as we're going to go to a timeout here on the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson is back out there for his third full inning of relief. Is going to be Issei Yanagasawa for the Sandhills Bogeys as the Clovers trail by 2. Got to run back in that last half inning. See what they can do here with their 8-9-1 batters.
Chalowski tonight is still not recording that bad. He's 0 for 0 with 2 walks, 2 of the 5 walks issued to the Clovers tonight. Be interesting to see if Chalowski makes an adjustment here to Issei, and if he can get the Clovers started here in the 6th, hopefully chip away just a little bit more if you're a Clover fan.
He walked in, scored a run in the 2nd, walked in the 3rd. The left-hander delivers. That one will miss up and away. Clovers with 4 runs off 4 hits. The pitch, that one is swung at and missed. Home run swing there from Chalowski. Want to try to hit that car out there in left field. He's got his lights on.
Yeah.
The pitch. Did he go? He did not. They're not even going to check. So the count will go to 2-1. Good hold there by Chalowski. Getting 8-9-1 for the Clovers. Caleb Smith in the on-deck circle. And that one is swung on, but right to the shortstop, Petrie, for the first out.
He's your second baseman, number 0, Caleb Smith.
First time tonight that Chalowski's been retired, and that'll bring up Caleb Smith. Started his night out good at an RBI single, but then unfortunately grounded into the double play. You usually don't see that often, a 3-2-3 double play with the bases loaded.
Might be the most important at-bat of the night thus far for the Clovers, because that could have been obviously a huge at-bat with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Could have been much more than just a run in that inning, and it was cut a little bit short. So now Caleb Smith's looking to make up for that just a little bit.
Heading the count here, 1-0. Bases empty, 1 away. Here's the pitch. That fastball going to miss up and away. Clovers trying to turn it over to the top of the order with a runner on base.
This is a very important runner with, like I've talked about, so much speed. He can really change the threat on the base pass with that speed.
The 2-0. That one fouled back.
And when your offense is just not clicking, you know, you're not putting up 10, 15 runs, it doesn't feel like tonight. What you need is to manufacture runs, and the easiest way to manufacture a run is get a guy on and get him to steal a base.
Get guys in scoring position.
Single, 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 single is a hard way to score a run.
Yeah, that one is swung on. Hit to the shortstop, Petrie. His throw, and it's in time. 6-3 on the ground out. So a couple of outs to start off the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order here for Lane McLean. As McLean will dig in here to the right-handed batter's box. Started his night out getting on with a single and reached on a fielder's choice, but he popped up in foul territory to the first baseman, Depa, his last time up.
Clayton just needs some juice. They're only down 2, but it feels like they're down way more.
And a first pitch strike. Delivered here to Lane McLean.
Like, 2's not that many runs.
No, it's definitely
it's
not.
Very, very much a close game right now, but it just feels like the Clovers have been a little bit shocked that they've been punched in the mouth.
And a pitch here will miss outside. Over in the left-handed batter's box.
A big swing and extra base hit from McLean to really spark the offense and the dugout, and obviously the big crowd here tonight at East Clayton Community Park.
Yanagasawa delivers, and that one's going to miss low. And the count 2-1. Again, base is empty. As Garrett Moffitt in the on-deck circle, hoping he could find a way up here in this bottom of the 6th. And that one's going to miss one inside, and the count now 3-1. Last hit for the Clovers came in that 3rd inning where they loaded the bases up. Here's the 3-1, and that one is swung on, and that's going to be fouled straight back and out of play. And the count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Mount Olive Trojan, Lane McLean, trying to see if he can come through.
I'd put money he goes breaking ball.
Yagasawa comes set, delivers. And he does, and it misses outside, and it's a walk.
Lucky me. I should have made that bet.
So that's going to be his third walk, but the first since the third inning when he came in out of the bullpen.
Call me a broken record if you want. I'd send Lane McLean first pitch here. Send him. You have no momentum right now. Your offense feels dead. If Lane McLean steals and he's on second base, just a little bloop single by Garrett Moffitt charges your offense up, charges the fans up, makes it a one-run game. You have nothing to lose.
We'll see here.
Caught stealing is totally worth it, in my opinion.
They don't go, and that fastball misses up and in. As there was a little flinch from McLean. So the count 1-0.
A good shortstop's always going to give you something to think about over there. A little guy who's quick on the base path, a smart baseball player with a good baseball IQ like McLean.
And this one going to miss inside. That made the shoulder of Moffitt flinch.
It's just so tough for a lefty to hit that pitch because it starts at your shoulder.
And the break that time was just not enough. So the count 2-0. Here's the pitch. And that one is swung on and fouled, backing out of play by Moffitt.
See, Moffitt's trying to pull that baseball. That was an outside fastball. If he could take that the other way, that's the pitch he needs to put the other way, not the breaking ball.
And he does have a lot of real estate in left center. Because now the center fielder is going to shade over that way a little bit. But still a pretty good gap. Yeah. And this one's going to catch the inner half.
That's just, I mean, I think that's consistently been called a strike tonight. I think Moffitt's a little bit upset at that call, and the fans are not pleased with it, but I think that it's been pretty consistent. I know it's tough to hit because he's a lefty and throwing that weird arm slot, but
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's high, ball 3, and the count is full.
Got to make an adjustment.
Yagasawa trying to end the inning. Clovers trying to extend to get a couple base runners on. Runner at first, McLean. He's going to take off. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's swung on. And that one's popped up in the infield. And the second baseman will make the catch as Honeycutt will bring it in. So the Clovers will strand a runner on. A 2-out walk by Lane McLean does not pan out. And we go to the 7th, 6-4 Sandhills. We'll step aside as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. So we will see a second inning for Sam Bespoyazny on the mound for the Clovers after he worked a 1-2-3-6. He will face the 5, 6, and 7 batters as Caden Petrie will step in to lead things off.
Not something you see a lot of from Sam Bespoyazny. He's usually just a 1 inning at a time guy. He, back on Tuesday, only got the 2 outs against the Flying Pigs. But when your starter only goes 2 innings, you kind of need guys like this to step up.
As the pitch here will drop in for a called strike. Petrie has reached on a walk and scored tonight. He struck out and has a single. The pitch here swung on, fouled, backing out of play. So Bespoyazny will quickly get in the count, and that was a car.
A great start, though, from Bespoyazny. The breaking ball looked really good, dropped in there, then that's a high fastball that Petrie's chasing.
And this one is swung on. That one is going to be down the line towards the bullpen, and that will get over the fence and the Clyde's watering hole.
all these pitches strikes, none of them particularly hittable. Just a great job by the reliever, Vespoyazny.
Count remains 0-2. The right-hander will come set. Delivers to Petrie. And that one is swung on. That one is driven out to right, left center, and that's going to be out of here.
I jinxed him.
A solo shot for Caden Petrie, and that's going to make it 7-4.
Left that one up and middle.
Coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 24, Josh Zambito.
So that's going to bring up Josh Zambito, who has had a quiet night here for the Bogeys. He is 0 for 3.
Put all 3 in play, though.
True. So 7-4 the score now. A leadoff solo home run from Caden Petrie. And now the first pitch here from Vespoyazny is going to miss up in the zone. So we'll see if Vespoyazny can get locked back in after giving up the leadoff shot. And now he falls behind the count 2-0. There's a good fastball in the outer half, swung through and missed. Two balls, 1 strike, the count. Zambito, the number 6 batter in the order. And that one gonna miss.
That's a little bit below the knees. Obviously, the hometown fans are very displeased.
So the count 3-1. Vespoyazny's offering here. That one's gonna be low, and now it's gonna be a walk.
It's not the guy you want to walk. Obviously, a guy who's not had, obviously, a whole lot of impact on the offensive side tonight.
And now it's going to bring up a guy that has had a lot of impact on the offensive side, and Garrett Wolf, a 3-run shot. And we're going to get a visit here from Landry Moore out of the Clovers dugout.
Yeah, home run, then walk.
And we're going to get a pitching change.
Yeah. You hate it because I feel like Sam does have that potential to be a more than 1-inning guy. Landry took a little bit of a risk sending him out there for that 2nd inning, and obviously doesn't pay off for him.
So we're going to get a pitching change. We'll step aside. We'll get the details on the new pitcher here for the Clovers. As we'll come back, it's a 7-4 lead for Sandhills as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page along with you here as we have a call to the bullpen as the Clovers go for the left-hander, number 29, Richie Poltridge out of Siena. Nate with some numbers on him.
Richie got the win on Tuesday against the Lexington Flying Pigs. It was, honestly, in my opinion, his best outing. He went 4 outs, only faced 4 batters, struck out 3 of them. So it was a fantastic outing on the season. Landry Moore's gone on no one else more than Richie. He's got 17 2/3 innings pitched, a 2-0 record with a 4.07 ERA.
As this one will miss up and away for a ball. Poltridge will face Garrett Wolf. Has a 3-run home run, a single, and he's popped up to third. Bogeys have a runner at first. That one fouled back as the Clovers tried to go with a second inning out of the bullpen for Sam Best-Poyasny. He gave up the leadoff home run and then walked Zambito, who was 0 for 3 prior to that. And then Landry Moore going right to the bullpen. Here's the 1-1, and that one's going to miss. So the count 2-1.
If Richie has the ability to pitch like he did 2 nights ago, he keep the Clovers in this one. Hopefully a little bit of offense could make this one pretty interesting.
That one will drop in there for a called strike 2. Evens the count up. I know it's one of those things we sit here, the score's 7-4. It's 3 runs. I mean, but the Clovers just haven't been useless, but we're talking about 3 runs like they're down by 10.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just that they've not faced this correct.
The vibe. The offense feels dead.
Yep.
There's no energy. There's only 4 hits on the night.
Yep.
It's not something we're used to.
That one's going to miss off. Fans wanted the call, but unfortunately they're not the ones wearing the mask behind home plate. And the count will go full.
If they were, it'd be quite a different game.
Paltridge becomes set. There's a runner at first. The 3-2 pitch. And it swung on and missed strike 3. Big first out there for Paltridge and the Clovers.
Richie looking to continue this kind of the best pitching of the summer, in my opinion. I mean, he's just been on a really good stretch of outings. Not allowed a run since July 7th. So that's 3 weeks plus now.
Yes, he'll face a lefty here. First pitch swinging. Smith waits back on it. He's going to go to second, get the lead runner. And a nice athletic play by Smith to be able to get the lead runner. A lot of times, second baseman's just going to opt to go to first there. But he'll get the lead runner.
Has to turn the entire body around, make that little 180-degree spin kind of, and get it over to McLean at second base there.
So with 2 away, that'll bring up Finley Spicer with a runner at first.
Would you believe me if I told you he was an outfielder, Mr. Kayla Smith?
I know, right? He's made some very nice plays at second there tonight. That one was a tough one earlier. They got hit to him. That was fouled back. So the count will be 0-1. Spicer on the night started his night off with a single, stole a bag, but since then he has grounded out to first and struck out. Behind the count here, 0-1. Boy, this would be huge for Richie Paltridge if he can get back to the dugout. That one is swung on, popped out of play, and the count is 0-2. It seems like the Clovers tonight have tried to rely on their pitchers to get that momentum going for the offense. Yeah. So many times this year it's been the opposite way around.
It has. It's literally been the opposite basically all year. So not really the game theme they're used to, and as a Clover fan, that would concern me a little bit.
The 0-2 pitch from Paltridge is swung on. This is out to right, and it's caught by Thomas Watson, and that's going to end the inning.
Paltridge just continues to impress. I think he's really defining his role here late in the season as really one of the top outgetters in the bullpen.
Well, we'll see if the 7th inning stretch can maybe get the Clovers offense fired up. As we'll step aside, 7-4 is the score. Bogeys looking to try to take a 1-game advantage in this crucial best-of-3 championship series. We'll step aside. You're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside you, alongside Nate Johnson, as Issa Yanagisawa comes back out here for the Sandhills Bogeys, and he has done yeoman's work, has just baffled the Clovers offense as he's allowed just 2 runs, only 1 charge to him to come in to score.
When he had only pitched an inning, I leaned over to Doug and I said, "This guy's going to throw until his arm falls off."
Yeah.
He has just the right amount of strangeness quality to his off-speed pitches to confuse the Clover hitters. But now at this point, if you're a Clover fan, he's thrown 4 innings, 78 pitches. So do you start thinking this is the end of his rope?
Zach Chavis will lead things off. He takes that one low. The Bogeys have had action in the bullpen, so they are ready should he run into any signs of trouble. Chavis looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 3. That one came inside. He's flied out twice and struck out.
It would be huge to push Issei Yanagisawa out of this game if they could during this inning. Pitch count up to 80. Obviously, just at this point, you just want to see a new arm.
And he spikes that one in the dirt, and the count 3-0. Well, last time around, it was a leadoff walk to a pitcher. We saw the Bogeys and their manager, Andy Fox, go to the bullpen. We'll see maybe if that happens here, but first, got to see the pitch here. There's the 3-0. That's right down Broadway for a called strike.
And I think a leadoff walk wouldn't force a bullpen change in this situation. I just think Issei's thrown too well tonight. I think they'd believe a little bit more in him than the starter.
And that one is swung on. It came in on the hands of Chavis. He offered at it. And it's a lot of room there. It's going to drop foul. Again, there's a couple times tonight where those left-handed batters for the Clovers have not been able to lay off on that inside pitch that's gotten them tied up.
Particularly Zach Chavis.
True.
I think he's been the most notable in my mind and have trouble with that inside breaking ball.
So from 3-0 to full here at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch, and that one's going to be high, and that'll be ball 4. So Chavis is able to get on base for the first time tonight here, and we're going to get a visit to the mound.
Very interesting to see. He will make the move. Wow.
So it's a walk and another call to the bullpen as the Bogeys are going to make just their second pitching change of the night. We'll step aside, get the details on the new pitcher, and we'll be right back after this as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. New pitcher into the game for the Sandhills Bogeys. Here in the bottom of the 7th, as it's going to be Jackson Kuhn, as he is out of Methodist. And Nate with some numbers on Kuhn this year.
Jackson Kuhn this year has a 2.08 ERA. Doesn't have a decision yet this year, but does have a save. 13 innings pitched and 12 hits, 9 runs. Only 3 of those earned, 11 walks to 12 strikeouts. So you want to watch the walks number here. But Jackson Kuhn, big spot for him here, especially relieving Issei Yanagisawa. So a huge spot for him. If you are a Sandhills Bogeys fan, I would recommend buying Issei a gift of some sort. Last game we talked about cookout trays, maybe a round of golf since they're the Bogeys.
Something,
that'd
be fitting.
Because Issei deserves a pat on the back. He is really, really changed the name of this game from an offensive game and where we thought both sides were going to score a whole lot of runs, possibly double digits, into what seems now a very normal scoring game of 7-4 here in the 7th. The offense for the Clovers have grinded to a slow halt. So, and that is really all because of Issei Yanagasawa. So we'll see if Jackson Kuhn can keep up that same energy, or will the pitching change spark a revolution in the Clayton offense.
And just a little bit of a delay there as the catcher Mooney's had to get the sports spectacles that he wears cleaned off there by his coach came out with a towel. So he's ready to go. He steps back in. So Brady Nathanson will step in. He's going to face the new pitcher and Jackson Kuhn. Nathanson has been on base 3 times tonight, a pair of walks. He's reached on an error. Takes this one outside for a ball. As it'll be Nathanson, Witherington, Watson after that leadoff walk to Chavis, who stands at first. And that one will miss low. So a good start here for Nathanson.
The 11 walks and 13 innings for Kuhn is a little bit alarming if you're a Bogeys fan. So not sure if Brady Nathanson knows those numbers. Probably not by heart, but obviously Nathanson a very patient batter with 2 walks already on the night.
And he'll go ahead 3-0. So a good spot here for the Clovers left fielder, getting into the bulk of this order for Clayton. Trailing 7-4 here in the bottom of the 7th inning, game 1 of our best-of-3 championship series.
I'm sure the Clayton faithful will be very pleased with 2 base runners on, nobody out, if Witherington saw a ball there, but he does not.
So the count 3-1. As Nathanson trying to become a second consecutive runner on base to start this inning, the pitch, and he will. So it's a walk worked by Brady Nathanson, his 3rd of the night, and what feels like his millionth here in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so calm. Like I talked about back in the, I believe that was the 2nd inning, of just he goes up there, he knows what he's looking for, and if he doesn't see it, he's not really moving. Like his feet don't move that much, his bat don't waggle. He's very cool, calm, and collected. And that will activate the Bogeys bullpen. You got a lefty out there throwing immediately. And at this point, my mind goes to, do you regret taking Issei Yanagasawa out that quickly? That was kind of a very sudden change.
And the pitch here going to miss outside to Witherington.
I know his pitch count was getting up there, but that's your guy. You've been relying on him for the past 4 innings. And I feel like he could have gone a little bit more.
Witherington has 1 hit on the night. It was a single back in the 3rd. He's also twice struck out. Takes a breaking ball, called for a strike here.
That's just a much different breaking ball than we've seen for the last couple innings from Yanagasawa, obviously from the right side, but just looks completely different. So it might take Witherington a second here to adjust.
The 1-1. That one's in the dirt. What a pick there by Mooney's. As the runners will have to hold.
Make him throw you something you love, Connor. 2-1. He's not shown any signs of, being a consistent strike thrower just yet. If he wants to walk the bases loaded, let him walk the bases loaded.
Back-to-back walks have started the inning. 2 different pitchers. 2-1. That one is swung on. That's going to be through. Will they send the runner? Nope. Landry Moore going to play it safe. As he quickly that time threw up the stop sign.
Yeah.
No miscommunication like the other night about the run, then stop.
Especially with nobody out.
Correct.
So, but Zach Chavis has not been sent, I don't think, really at all this year on any sort of close play at home. Zach Chavis obviously not the speediest Clover on the team. He might be the opposite. It might be the slowest. I'm not exactly sure who has that title, but great job by Witherington. He saw something he liked. I just talked about being in a big spot. Make sure you like the pitch that you swung at, and he did.
So for the Clovers, that is their first hit since Connor Witherington's single in the 3rd inning.
I'm telling you, Connor has been huge in this playoff series. A lot of singles, not been the big doubles or home runs, but, he's just been so consistent. Same as Nathanson.
So that will bring up Thomas Watson. Had a sacrifice RBI fly his last time up in the 5th. At the time, that had made it 6-4. He's also walked and singled tonight.
And for a guy making his first postseason start, Watson's been the best Clover at the plate all night.
He takes this one low and away for a ball.
1 for 1 with a sac fly as well, a walk. He's been on base, or he's had a productive at-bat every time. Watson's had a great first start here in the postseason. What a time to follow your roommate and Connor.
Here's the pitch. That one will be on the outer half. That's going to get the call.
Same strategy, though, as Witherington. Make sure you like what you're swinging at here. With only one strike, you got room to take a pitch that you don't really like.
Kuhn delivers, and he buys a strike on the outer half.
That one was definitely questionable. The Clover faithful have been upset at some calls here tonight that I thought were just fine, but that one was well off the plate, I thought.
So we'll see how Thomas Watson can handle it. Behind now. And he wanted to go, but he held up on it.
That's the thing about that little outside. You just saw a pitch that was kind of off the plate.
Yeah.
It was called a strike. You see another one, it's like, oh, I want to swing at that one.
So he holds off and evens the count 2-2. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. That's outside, ball 3.
That's virtually the same pitch that you saw 2 pitches ago. I thought Watson was about to get rung up. I mean, I didn't see a difference in those 2 pitches. I'm sure you could rewind on YouTube and check for yourself, but I'm pretty sure those were the same exact 2 pitches.
Payoff pitch. That's outside, ball 4. Brings a run in.
And the Clovers they've been revolutionized, just like I talked about. Issei Yanagasawa's removal of the game really has kind of totally changed the energy in this ballpark.
And we're going to get a visit to the mound here. That might be the end of the line for the pitcher, Kuhn, as Andy Fox has already made a signal to the bullpen before he even got to the third baseline. So the Clovers, well, they had their spots early. We'll see if they can keep it going, but definitely Kuhn in that spot was not the guy to go to. So now both managers have at least made their move where maybe it didn't work out in that spot. You're going to get that. Nobody's ever going to be able to make all the perfect moves. So we'll step aside, new pitcher in. Clovers, again, have cut it to 2. They've got the bases loaded, nobody out. We'll step aside. You're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside my broadcast partner here tonight, Nate Johnson, as the new pitcher into the game for the Bogeys is going to be Scout Martin, a junior out of Tusculum University, 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. Some numbers on him this year.
Scout's got a 2-1 record with a 1.06 ERA, so really the best ERA on the team. He's got 17 innings pitched, 13 hits, 5 runs, only 2 earned, 7 walks, and 19 strikeouts.
So a huge bat for the Clovers catcher Alex Levesque, who's going to...
The big question is, do the Bogeys have a reliever besides Issei Yanagisawa that can get the job done?
We'll see. First pitch is Levesque taking a big swing. He was not waiting.
And this seems to be their guy. He's got the best ERA on the team. We will see.
Big spot here. Clovers have one in on the bases loaded walk. They still have them loaded, no outs. Trailing 7-5.
Just give me something productive, Levesque. He had a sac fly early, didn't he?
He did. That came in the
another one.
3rd inning. That one he takes. So the count will even up. Levesque on the night has reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run, drove in that run. He struck out looking. Big spot here for the Clovers catcher. Scout Martin, the left-handed reliever. The pitch. That one is swung on. Could be a tough play. A run's going to score, and it's going to be another productive out.
Honestly, better than a sac fly. All the runners are going to advance. Alex Levesque got his 15th RBI last time at the plate. Now he gets his 16th.
As it is Brady Nathanson that comes in to score. Everybody else moves up, so it's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
And now you get a pinch hitter in a big spot.
So it'll be Jackson Crute who will bat for Caden Chalowski.
He's number 6. He is Jackson Crute.
And these fans are loving the Jackson Crute hype. He's got the walk-up song, the John Cena theme playing. He's got a fan base here. Everybody loves some Jackson Crute action.
So the score is 7-6. Again, runners at 2nd and 3rd. It's Witherington and Watson. Waiting for the umpires to get into their alignment here.
If I told you there was a Clover batting .375 and 91 at-bats and he's not starting tonight, you'd have trouble believing me, but that's the story of Jackson Crute.
He's going to take the first pitch for a called strike. So can Jackson Crute deliver here? Again, don't necessarily need a hit, just something productive to the outfield. Martin sets, delivers. That's low. And the count will even up.
Jackson Crute, what a time to break out of that little slump he's been in. We've talked about it from multiple games here at this point.
First base is open. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be high. And the count now 2-1.
It's getting pretty lively here at East Clayton.
I love to see it. You love to see the fans get behind players.
Chants that I've heard. I've heard Crute chants. He didn't even start tonight.
Correct. 2-1. 1 away. Infield in for the Bogeys. The pitch. That one is swung on. It's a fair ball. The throw to first. And unfortunately, that's not going to advance anybody. A tough out there for the Clovers.
Really good play by Garrett Wolf to scoop that baseball and then look the runner back. If that's Caleb Smith or Davey Morgan at third base, I think he challenges the first baseman and takes off there. But because it's Connor Witherington and not a very active base runner there, we're going to retreat back to third base to play it safe. Let's see if Caleb Smith can come up big here with 2 outs.
Started his night with a single. He's 0 for 2 since. But as Nate said, a big chance for him. Clovers are looking to try to tie this game up. Runners take their leads from 2nd and 3rd. Scout Martin, the left-hander. That's in there for a called strike. The Clovers started this inning with back-to-back walks, a single from Witherington, a walk to Watson, before back-to-back groundouts. The 0-1 is swung at and missed. And the count now 0-2 to Caleb Smith. He takes a big, deep breath before stepping back into the right-handed batter's box. Martin, the left-hander, trying to get out of it. And that one's going to miss. As the count will be 1-2. Caleb Smith, the chance to send the dugout crazy.
Oh, absolutely. Comes into the night batting .292. Has 21 RBI in the season, trying to make it 22 and 23.
Here's Martin's offering, and that one is swung on. Giving a ride out to left field at the fence, and it's going to fall just short. As Caleb Smith gave it a ride, but not enough on it.
The treacherous 350-foot left field fence.
And the Clovers again rally, but they can't get it tied up as Scout Martin gets 3 straight outs after 2 runs come in to score. That'll send us to the 8th. We'll step aside as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson. And again, the Clovers rally, but not able to tie the game up. They get within a run after scoring 2 there in the bottom of the 7th. As coming back out to work here in the 8th, it's going to be Richie Paltridge. And he's going to face the top of the Bogeys order. Also a defensive change now playing third base for the Clovers. It's going to be Cody Cox taking over for Chalowski.
Big inning for Richie, obviously, because last time on Tuesday he pitched, we talked about Richie not often being responsible for 5 or 6 outs in an outing.
I was waiting for some fans to get off the field here after we had some kids run the bases there after the bottom of the 7th. First pitch going to miss outside here, so it's Lobo, Hall, and Mooney's.
That last inning for the Clovers offensively is just what you needed, though. Even though they didn't complete the entire comeback and tie it up, it charged the offense and the fans enough to keep them in it.
And this will be in there for a strike. Lobo on the night has struck out, singled, been hit by a pitch, and has grounded up. Both times he's got on, he has scored. So key for the Clovers to keep him off the base paths. That one came in. As the count will be 2-1. He scored in the 2nd and the 4th. Paltridge will come set. That one is swung on. That one's skied. Watson tracking it. And we'll make the catch for the first out here.
Out number 1. Coming to the plate for Sandhills, the left fielder, number 16, Nolan Hull.
So that'll bring up Nolan Hull, who has also been on base twice tonight. He has flied out to center, grounded out to short, singled, been hit by a pitch. Paltridge going to throw a strike here on the outer half.
No action in the Clovers bullpen. Obviously leaning on Richie here to get him through this spot.
The 0-1. That one going to miss outside. Didn't do what Richie wanted it to do, but still a good pitch there. Maybe trying to see if he can get the batter to lean over the plate. Maybe come something inside here. Levesque will go through the signs. The offering. They go low and in and a foul back.
Hey, I like it. You got a crystal ball over there?
Maybe
like
a little bit.
I like it. Usually I'm the one doing predictions.
This is true.
Half the time I get them wrong.
So big spot here for Richie Paltridge. Sounded like he had a good crowd, a little cheering section over there in the first base side when he came in. He's ahead 1-2 with a pitch, and that one just a bit outside.
Hey, good job, Alex.
Is this banana ball?
Yeah, yeah.
Can that be an out?
Oh, maybe so.
I mean, I know it wasn't a fan, but. So the count leaving up here 2 balls, 2 strikes, and they're going to toss that baseball away.
Richie and his summer in Clayton, we just talked. He got a little fan section here. He's become quite the phenomenon up from New York. He loves him some Clayton, North Carolina, some Johnson County.
Yeah. Richie getting a really big opportunity to kind of flourish and have a good experience here.
Yeah.
And to get a lot of positive momentum back to school.
Absolutely. He's got a lot, especially at not the spring season he wanted.
And that one missed inside. So the count full here, 3-2. So Paltrich here has lost just a little bit. After being ahead in the count 1-2, he's behind here to a full count. The left-hander will come set. Paltrich delivers, and that one's low, ball 4. So that is going to put a runner on for Charlie Mooney's.
Got to be careful here.
Third time tonight the Nolan Hull has been on.
Obviously, you want to keep this a 7-6 game.
And we're going to get Landry Moore.
I like this a lot.
Bullpen's going to get activated.
I like this a lot.
And he's going to actually make a change. I didn't see
like
anybody.
That a lot.
And it's your boy coming in. Will Leonard, I think, is coming into this game.
Man.
It looks like Will Leonard. I got to confirm, but it looks like he is coming in. We'll see.
Somebody get scared.
Well, I'm going to confirm. It looked like his walk coming down. Before we go to timeout, I want to confirm it is. So
it is, Will.
It is.
Oh, it is.
We'll take a timeout. We're going to have a mano-a-mano matchup here. Leonard against Mooney's. When we come back, you're watching Clayton Clovers Baseball here on the Clayton Clovers YouTube network.
He's a man to be feared.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page along with you here as Will Leonard has come in. He finishes his warm-up tosses out of Barton College. Nate with some numbers on Leonard this year.
Will Leonard, 26 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 1-2 record with a save. 17 hits, 12 runs, only 9 of them earned, 14 walks to 39. The team leads strikeouts with a 3.08 ERA. Will Leonard is the closer, if you are unfamiliar with this Clover squad, and he's been the most consistent reliever virtually from the halfway mark of the season until now, and they've been put in this closer role, and this is the guy that Landry Moore trusts the most. They want the ball in his hands, and really when you're working with closers in baseball, you want to delay. You don't want that closer to start until the last 3 outs of the game, but sometimes you get in a spot hairy enough where I need to go to the closer a little early. I need him to get 5 outs in this situation, even though you're not winning just yet, but you hope to be by the time this next inning.
And he is going to face Charlie Mooney's. A big battle here. Man, the fastball is going to miss up and away.
This obviously feels like a very important moment of the game. He's facing Mooney's, who's got 4 home runs this postseason, and Will Leonard, who's got obviously a bunch of mojo going from the last 2 outings. He's thrown a lot of pitches, gotten a lot of strikeouts.
Here's 1-0. That's a big swing and a miss by Mooney's.
So I do like that move by Moore so you can get best v best. You want to go Leonard versus the best guy. And Leonard obviously with that 90 to 94 mile an hour fastball, he's got it.
Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt, and the count will be 2-1. It was a walk to Hall by Partridge before he came out. And then the call to the bullpen. So one away here is a fly out from Lobo to start the top of the 8th. The 2-1 pitch is swung on, skied in the air. That could get a car. And that'll just miss.
We've seen 4 pitches now from Leonard, and 5. All of them have been fastballs. What the really interesting question is, can Will Leonard find that slider?
Yep.
I'd like to see it here.
The 2-2 pitch. Leonard sets, delivers. He does, but he misses it low.
I mean, that had a good break to it. Had one to waste. So we'll see what he goes with here. 3-2. I mean, got to think fastball. He's a fastball pitcher.
Yep.
Always get surprises.
This is the spot. Lovett gives the signs. Here's the pitch, and it's high, ball 4. So Mooney's is going to walk for the first time tonight, puts a pair of runners on.
If anybody's going to walk, that's the guy you want to walk, right?
That is true. Just a second time on base tonight. So now we'll see what Will can do here to go and attack. The rest of the order is Hunter Honeycutt will step in. He has an RBI single on the night, 2 for 4. Leonard now facing a left-hander. The pitch, and that one going to miss high. And Leonard, a guy, too, when he works with that fastball, he likes to put it right up there in the top of the zone.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it after Tuesday's victory in Lexington. Will's a guy that wants to strike you out and hurt your feelings.
Yep. The 1-0. And that one going to miss off the outer half. So the count 2-0. One away, pair of runners on base. Clovers have clawed back to within 1, trying to keep it there. The 2-0. That one is swung on and fouled.
Good pitch, get back in
off the fence.
Low fastball in the zone, obviously, and obviously not a pitch that Honeycutt's going to be able to really do much with because of the velocity on that fastball, but you obviously want to get back into it 2-0 and prevent it from going to a 3-0 count.
Love it here, too, just stepping to notice it for Honeycutt. Obviously, he's been up there all night with it, but the baby blue gloves and the pink bat.
Yeah.
That's an interesting combo.
When your team colors are green and white.
Yeah. Leonard comes set. The 2-1. That one's in the dirt. Nice job by Levesque to scoop that one, but the count now 3-1.
The question you do have to ask yourself, just linger in the back of your mind, Will Leonard, since June 29th, that was just 3 days ago, 77 pitches.
We'll see. Here's the 3-1. That one is swung on, and he challenged him enough, and the count will go full. Now the question is, can he challenge him enough again to draw a swing here, potentially, or maybe get strike 3 from Honeycutt? He could definitely use it. Don't want to load the bases up, ideally. Obviously, does so before stop, but you still don't want to load the bases up this late. And now the home plate umpire is going to call over the manager for Sandhills, Andy Fox, to have a chat with him. And we'll see here what this conversation is about.
Landry? Did we really just stop the game for a foul ball dispute?
Apparently.
That seems a little bit immature. But okay, we're back.
So the count still 3-2. Runners take their leads. Leonard delivers, and that's going to be low ball 4. Levesque doesn't know where it is. Are they going to say that this one hit off the net? It did. So they're going to advance everybody. I think, is this going to bring in a run maybe?
I think they were pausing.
Okay.
Everyone already advanced, so.
Umpires are going to talk here. Umpire in the field was signaling that it hit the net up above. So, okay, everybody's going to be where they are. It'll be bases loaded, though. Well, Will Leonard, you talking about the closer mentality. He's backed himself against the wall here.
Yes,
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, not made it easy on himself.
What he's got here. It's been 3 walks that have loaded the bases, and we talk about not wanting to give up free runs. Pitch here is going to miss to the batter, Caden Petrie, who's already left the yard.
I hope, yeah, good time, Landry. Landry's been spot on the timeout calls tonight. I hope that Will is not really going for that strikeout because it just, he's a strikeout guy.
Correct.
He knows that, but he knows his own identity. But sometimes you can go too hard on that,
Yep.
You need to get the contact from the opposing batters to, keep the game going. You can't strike out everybody. And it's possible Will Leonard just got a little bit too much in his head of, I need to strike this guy out.
And you always keep in your mind, we know he's not that type of pitcher, but I mean, a ground ball, could
double play,
get you out of this inning. We saw Sandhills do it in a big spot, so you never know. And
obviously,
again,
you don't want to leave that pitch up, though. That's
correct.
what Petrie saw his last time up. He took it out of here.
So the count will be 1-0 to Petrie. He has walked tonight, singled, struck out, delivered a solo home run. And that one's low, and the count now 2-0. Leonard trying to find the strike zone here. The pitch, and there's a called strike on the outer half. So the count now 2-1. One away is a fly ball out that started the inning to the leadoff hitter Lobo. Since then, 3 straight walks. That one is going to be fouled. And Leonard has fought back to even the count up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's the thing. Even when your pitcher gets behind 2-0, he's got to come back and throw a strike, right? Or he's got to have a competitive at bat, especially with the bases loaded now.
Yep.
But when you throw 92, 93 miles an hour, it's pretty easy. If you just throw a fastball in there, a lot of guys just can't hit that.
Yep. We'll see here what Leonard can do. Big spot, bases loaded. The 2-2. That one swung out and missed, strike 3. There's a big out, number 2 for Will Leonard.
Will Leonard, he's pretty simple. I throw hard. Try to hit it.
Leonard with his first K for out number 2 brings to the plate designated hitter number 24. John.
It's not just 92, 93 either. It's 92, 93 with some good spin.
Yeah.
Some good rotation on it that makes it look even quicker, more deceptive. Not going to bounce off the bat quite as well.
First pitch here is in there for a strike to Zambito. 0 for 3 with a walk on the night. Bases loaded for the Bogeys. They lead by 1. We play in the top of the 8th. The pitch. That's swung at and missed. The count 0-2.
Man, Will's really going back to his bread and butter, isn't he?
Well, I think it's huge to get that strikeout. Now you can go to that mentality.
Starting to feel it.
You were feeling a little bit on the defensive side, but now it's attack mode. 0-2. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. The pitch. That's in the dirt. A little bit too much there from Leonard.
Don't mind that at all. We saw what happens when you give guys 0-2 pitches to hit. Back in the second inning, someone put it over the fence. That man's on deck.
He is. Levesque goes to the signs. The 1-2. Swung on, missed, strike 3. Will Leonard is fired up. Hopefully that can get the Clovers fired up. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Or check to the bottom of the 8th. A little bit ahead of myself. But hopefully the Clovers treat it like the bottom of the 9th. They want to try to get this one tied up. We'll step aside as you're watching the Clayton Clovers, the YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside with you as we're alongside Nate Johnson. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, 7-6 the score. The Bogeys with the lead. And it'll be Scout Martin back out. And he will face the top of the Clayton order as it'll be McLean, Moffitt, and Chavis. 7-6 the score, game 1 of our best of 3 championship series. Hard to believe, but this is going to be the final game this year at East Clayton Community Park. And no matter how it ends, boy, what a season it has been.
Absolutely. Great season for the Clayton Clovers. 37-3, obviously, but also just had a whole lot of fun.
So here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning.
It'd be really fun if Lane McLean started us off strongly here.
As he will take a strike here from Scout Martin. Moonies will give out the signs behind the plate. That one's in the dirt. As the count will even up. McLean on the night has singled, walked, reached on a fielder's choice, popped up in foul territory. Trying to set the table here for the Clovers. And now Scout Martin wants Moonies to come out and chat with him. For the Clovers, they have used 5 pitchers here tonight. For the Bogeys, they are on their 4th, and that is thanks in large part to Issei Yanagasawa here for the Bogeys. The yeoman's work he did, those 4 innings. And we're back here as the count 1-1. That one going to drop in for a called strike on the outer half. Lane McLean going to take an extra second here. Big spot for the Clovers leadoff hitter. There's the offering, and that one is swung out a single into left field. Lane McLean is going to get on base to kick us off here.
Great job by McLean. Saw the outside pitch. That last one, didn't particularly like it. I thought it was on the outside corner, but just kind of waited for something he thought was a little bit more favorable to him, drove it the other way. Really simple at bat.
So the tying run gets on base. Now Garrett Moffitt will step in. Tough night for him at the plate. He's popped up, struck out, popped up again. He's also been hit by a pitch. And he faces another left-hander.
Be a big time for his first hit of the night.
He shows bunt.
Oh.
Going to foul that one off.
I don't hate it.
No, I don't either.
His Moffitt's got good speed. He's not like a guaranteed out.
Yep.
I will acknowledge, though, Garrett Wolf at third base was very ready for it. He was not slacking. He wasn't playing deep. So good job on him. Obviously, if you're playing super deep, you'd want to just like, yeah, let's put this down no matter who's up to the plate.
So Moffitt will step back in. Martin will come set. And a bunt. That's going to be fouled again.
Not a bad bunt, just foul.
Yep. Now we'll see if that puts Moffitt in swing mode.
100% will. It's just
too big of a spot here.
Yeah. You just want to make if I was a batter, I'd really want Scout to throw me a couple more pitches. I'd really want to challenge him to make, because the first 2 you're not really watching, you're bunting. So you're not really seeing him for your first time. So you really want to see a pitch or 2 here. But obviously if he grooves one in the zone, you got to attack it.
0-2 the count. The left-hander Martin comes set, and that one is swung at and missed. So a big strikeout there from Scout Martin after giving up the leadoff single.
And that's the detriments of swinging after you fouled the first 2 pitches off to bunt. You're going up there in the hole already, and really, in your mind, this is the first pitch you've seen from Scout, but instead it's obviously going to be your last.
So that's going to bring up Zach Chavis. Chavis got on base for the first time in the 7th with a walk. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, third base side.
Again, I might sound like a broken record, but I don't think it's a bad idea for Lane McLean to steal. It would be quite a shame to get a leadoff single and him to not move this inning.
Martin, the left-hander, will throw over, and back safely there is McLean.
I think Scout Martin's feeling exactly what I'm feeling right now.
First time we've seen him throw over to check a runner.
McLean this season is 14 for 16 on the base pass.
The 0-1, and that's outside, and we'll even the count up. Clovers trying to knot this game up. They've trailed all night. McLean leads it first. The 1-1 to Chavis, and that one is swung on a chopper. Gloved by the first baseman, is throw to second, and it's not in time.
Wow.
Wow, that's definitely going to bring out the manager, Andy Fox.
I thought he was out.
You could see him throwing his arm over there in front of the dugout.
I mean, I'm the Clayton Clovers broadcaster, and I thought he was out.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see because I had the home plate umpire right in front of me, but he was where he was supposed to be. But you definitely had the view of that off to the side.
I thought he was out. I thought it was kind of a bold decision for the first baseman, Depa, to make that play. I thought the much safer play would just be, okay, I'll just take the out at first base.
So Andy Fox is unfortunately going to have to just take the explanation that he has gotten from the umpire out at second. And that's going to put runners at first and second. Here for Brady Nathanson.
He's your left fielder, Brady.
So that'll bring up Brady Nathanson after the fielder's choice. And the first pitch from Scout Martin is going to be up and away. There is action in the bullpen.
Tonight just feels like a night that Brady Nathanson's not seen a pitch to swing at.
Yeah, he has walked 3 times, reached on an error.
Yeah, it just really hadn't seen anything. So maybe Scout changes up the luck here for Brady Nathanson.
We'll see. The count 1-0. And that one is swung on. That one's taken out to right center. Is it down? It is!
Get on your horse,
Get on your horse. 1 run is in. And they're going to have to hold the second runner up. So it's going to be a game-tying RBI double from Brady Nathanson.
Mr. Single said, I'll take 2, please.
First extra base hit of the night for the Clovers.
I'll take 2, please. Only their 6th hit of the night.
Correct.
I mean, who's kept the Clovers under 8 hits all season?
It's not been done much.
And a team the scouting report was their pitching staff's not that good.
Yeah.
Really just kind of an incredible night, especially from, I can't stress it enough, Issei Yanagisawa. Obviously, Scout Martin has been pretty good here in relief, but that one will change the game just a little bit. It's now 7-7 with Connor Witherington, the man who's been hot all night, with a chance to take the lead for the first time with a runner on third and only 1 out. So all he needs is a deep fly ball.
And it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner. So we are going to see the end of the night here for Zach Chavis.
Oh, I don't mind that at all.
Evan Slowinski going to come in. And this might be a spot maybe you get a wild pitch, pass ball, put some speed out there.
We've already talked about how
Correct.
Zach Chavis has been held up tonight because
correct.
of his speed.
Yep.
And Evan Slowinski's the guy who's got great speed on the base pass on the season. He 13 for 14 on the base pass.
So
and, I mean, this is who I want to see at the plate right now.
Correct.
It's Connor Witherington, 2 for 4. Just been scorching hot all playoffs long. I believe, don't quote me on this, I think he's 8 for 13 for the playoffs now. Let me double check that.
If you're right, that's a number I like. We'll see what he can do here. The infield comes in for the Bogeys. Scout Martin delivers. That one is swung on, but foul. Witherington a little bit too amped up on that one.
8 for 15.
8 for 15, okay. So it'll be 0-1, and Witherington had one there.
Don't get overzealous here, Connor.
Yep.
I know all the momentum is shifted towards your way here. Don't get caught reaching on something. It's 0-1. Sit back. Find something like just drive it to deep center field. That's all you need.
Martin will come set. That one is swung on. It's a fair ball!
That's a fair ball.
Fair ball! 1 run is in! Here comes a second run around. Clovers lead!
It's hard to keep Clayton down for long.
And Witherington firing up the dugout.
Talk about an MVP.
Wow.
Connor Witherington, it doesn't just – you can't stop this man right now.
Man.
Like, there's just not a lot of guys who've been able to get him out. And it's really simple. He's not hitting home runs like the man behind the plate for the Bogeys tonight. He's not hitting doubles like Brady Nathan did. It's all singles, and it's all pull side singles.
So he was kind of frustrated a little bit with missing out on some RBI opportunities in the series against Lexington. And he comes through big here with 2 RBIs as Slowinski and Nathanson both come in to score. So it's a runner at first and 1 away. First pitch is going to be up here to Watson.
Clayton's fans know it now. They know it.
Witherington leads off first. He's being held on. There's a good fastball, and boy, right on it was Watson.
Yeah, Watson, I mean, talk about making the most of your opportunity. A guy who's not played a whole lot this postseason.
Yep.
1 for 1 with 2 walks, a sac fly tonight. I mean.
Yeah, 2 RBIs. Had a sac fly, walked with the bases loaded in the 7th. As the count is 1-1. Here to Watson. Martin checks the runner. That one is swung on. Is that a fair ball? It is!
Bama boys rule the world.
They're going to send.
Will they send them?
They are.
They're going to send them.
Here, there could be a play at the plate. Nope, the throw gets away. Witherington scores.
He don't need that helmet no more.
He says, get off me. Get off me.
Man.
But what a hit, though, by Thomas Watson.
These 2 boys from Bama, are they having themselves a night?
A Bama bashing?
Absolutely. That's a good one. 5 hits between them now.
So
I feel like most of the RBI in the night are both of them.
Yeah. So between the 2 of them, 5 RBIs. And we're going to get a pitching change. We're going to take a second to gather ourselves here. A big inning for the Clovers. It's now 10-7. We'll come back with the details on the new pitcher here for Sandhills as you're watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page along with you here, alongside Nate Johnson. A call to the bullpen for the Sandhills Bogeys as they go to a right-hander, a utility player on their roster, because it's going to be number 33, Ethan Willis, a sophomore out of UVAY, 6'2", 210 pounds. Nate, with some numbers on him this year.
Interesting move because I believe Ethan Willis to be one of their starters. I think the 3rd starter in their rotation. He's got a 2-1 record with 32 1/3 innings pitched. So a real workhorse for this staff. He's got a 4.45 ERA, 32 hits given up, 18 runs, only 16 of those earned, 11 walks, and 38 strikeouts. So pretty good numbers for Mr. Ethan Willis. Just the earned runs is a little bit high, but that's kind of be expected for some I think starts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But obviously in a big spot here in the 8th, you've got to keep this at 7-10 to hope to get back in this one in the next half inning.
And it's going to bring up a guy I feel like can keep this going, Alex Levesque. As Levesque has 2 RBIs on the night, still searching for his first hit, but he's been very productive at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys eventually are bound to maybe get something positive to happen. You keep just doing positive things.
Talk about some baseball karma. Just like you driven in 2 of your teammates while not getting credit for a hit.
Yep.
So, but Alex, I feel like definitely plays better when this atmosphere is good, and it's definitely good right now. He's got the green mustache, the neon arm sleeve. This is his time.
So there's a runner at second, 1 away, and that one came in. That almost caught the funny bone.
Just walked up to hips don't lie. I mean, a little waggle in the hips now in the box. Confidence should be high here for number 4, Levesque.
1 away, runner at second. That one came inside, and that was a nice little show there by Mooney's. He kind of scooped it, and you could see the runner at second. Watson was checking to see if that got away, and Mooney's kind of put the glove behind his body, almost to maybe kind of see if he could trick Watson into taking off, but he did not bite. Tricky catchers. They're always trying to come up with something.
Oh, there are lots of positions. And so you see the center fielder for Arkansas this year?
I did.
That's about the trickiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. That was, as of late, too, like the robbing the home run and then, like, the holding on to it forever to make sure, letting people know if you caught it or not. Counting out 2-1.
You know what I've noticed Lane McLean does? Whenever there's a line drive hit over his head, he jumps up and
acts
like he catches
I've seen
it.
that, yep. That one was high. I thought that was coming right from my GoPro. As the count will be 3-1. Levesque way ahead in the count with Cody Cox in the on-deck circle. Would be his first at bat. He came in as a defensive replacement for the pinch hitter, Jackson Croup, who hit for Clayton Clovers. The 8th spot's been an active one tonight for the Clovers. 3-1 the count. The pitch, that one swung at and missed. Levesque wanted to bring 2 in there. Well, that's the pitch to try to do it on, because now you got another shot.
3-2.
Yep.
Here's the single pitch, Alex. Just knock me one back up the middle.
Here's the pitch. That's inside, ball 4.
So now here's Cody Cox. Cody Cox getting his first action at the plate tonight. He's got a .250 average coming in. That's 9 for 36 at the plate. He's got a double on the year, 3 RBI, 5 runs scored, 5 walks on 11 strikeouts. So trying to limit the strikeout here. Trying to have a productive at bat with only 1 out.
So he will step into the right-handed batter's box. 1 away, 2 runners on. And that fastball going to miss up in the zone. Definitely velocity not a problem for Ethan Willis. He's popping that mitt of his catcher, Mooney's. He's going to take a second here. As now he comes set.
Cox started last game against the Lexington squad on Tuesday at second base.
Here's the pitch. That one is swung at and missed by Cox. Count will even up. 10-7 the score. Clovers now up to 9 hits in the game after seemingly they were stuck on 4 for the longest time.
Yeah.
Runners take their leads. And that's going to miss high in the count 2-1. This is definitely a spot, and we saw the Clovers do this a good job in Lexington. Cautious at the plate. You've got a guy try to not help him. He's struggling a little bit with the location on the fastball.
I mean, this is a spot where Matthew Hall did it really well the other night against Lexington, where they were behind. They came in.
Yep.
You just need to get quick outs.
Yep.
Get the offense back out on the field.
And there, Cody Cox helping out, and he knew it, helping out the pitcher, Willis there. Instead of being 3-1, the count going to be even 2 balls, 2 strikes, so he's got to choke up on the bat a little bit here, some work to do. Got to try to have a productive at-bat here. Willis comes set. And that's going to be outside. Mooney's tried to frame it. Couldn't get the call. And the count full here, 3-2.
And that breaking pitch from Willis just doesn't seem to have the right spin on it. He really wants it. That one didn't really break like he wanted it to.
Payoff pitch on its way. That swung on and laser over top of the Clovers players that were standing outside of the dugout. Davey Morgan, one of those players, he had to get out of the way. It's nice to see Davey here tonight. He's been in that dugout all night long with his teammates. And obviously his season more than likely coming to an end.
Absolutely, but it means a lot.
Yeah.
He got here before anyone else did today. He's not playing, but he showed up first.
Another 3-2 pitch on its way to Cody Cox. And that one is swung on, and that's going to be gloved by the shortstop. He bobbles it. They're going to send the runner around, and the Clovers are going to get another run.
Did that just go straight under his glove?
I think it nicked off his glove as he was kind of in the motion to kind of shove it.
The catcher standing up kind of blocked my view.
Yeah,
but
it looked like it was right to the glove. Could go back and watch it afterwards, but looked like it was right at the glove of the shortstop Petrie, and maybe he was thinking ahead, trying to turn that double play, but instead the Clovers are going to get a run.
Wow, okay. So a little bit of, doing before thinking.
Correct.
Or thinking before doing.
So
see a lot of that in football when you get a wide receiver wide open, already starting to run down the field before the ball's in their hand.
Correct.
A little bit of that in baseball now.
So now we see Caleb Smith go back to the left side of the play. This is where he's got his hit on the night. After he was on the right side, takes this for a called strike.
So Caleb Smith, is he 1 for 1 on the night from the left side?
He is, yes, because the double play was on the right, and then the ground out on the fly. Yeah, it was all on the right side.
Okay, so hopefully this is the better side tonight. Just feeling a little bit more lefty.
Yep, because his second at bat was to end the inning, that 3-2-3 double play. So we'll see here if maybe does obviously feel a little more comfortable in the left-handed batter's box. Big spot here for him. It's 11-7. That one is swung at and missed. I think Caleb trying to do a little bit too much with that swing. But hey, he thought he saw a good one that he could do something with.
I think Willis only has one pitch that he's been able to consistently put in the zone. It's been the fastball.
Correct, yes. As you said, the breaking ball, maybe the slider just doesn't look right. It's a 1-2 here now. That one's way up. So Caleb Smith is the 9th batter of the inning. Lane McClain in the on-deck circle started it all off with that single. Runner at second is Alex Levesque. The runner at first, Cody Cox. And that one fouled, backing out of play. Ethan Willis, the right-handed reliever out of the bullpen. Ready for a 2-2 here. And that swung on and missed strike 3 as he gets a big
That's only the second
2.
out.
Yep.
Only the second out. Wow. The Clovers have put on a little offensive showing here this inning.
So we'll see here if the top of the order can maybe get some more. You use all of the insurance that you can.
It's the 6th plate appearance on the evening for Mr. Lane McLean. He's 2 for 4. 2 singles. Got a walk as well.
Willis delivers. That one fouled. The fastball in the outer half. As McLean wanted to offer at it. So both teams have now batted around here tonight. It was 10 batters for the Sandhills Bogeys back in the second inning. McLean, the 10th batter of this inning. And that one will miss up and away. So the count leaving up. You're going to ball and a strike.
Lane's single to start us off this inning was his 54th hit of the summer. That's the team lead.
Great season for Lane McLean, a steady player. If there was an Iron Horse Award, definitely would give it to Lane McLean.
100% Lane McLean.
That one is swung on. Unfortunately, this can be skied up. Mooney's is looking for it, and he can't make the catch. Charlie Mooney's is going to have that one drop. And can Lane McLean use that to try to right the ship here?
Been that type of inning for Sandhills. Can't seem to find a break.
So another chance here for Lane McLean against the reliever Ethan Willis, the sophomore out of UVA Wise. Runners at first and second. The count 1-2. Willis delivers. And that one is swung on right back to the pitcher. And his toss will be in time. And that will end the inning. So the Clovers send 10 batters to the plate. They get 5 runs to take an 11-7 lead going to the top of the 9th inning. We'll send this one aside. Come on back for the top of the 9th. You're watching Game 1 of this best-of-3 game series here in the old North State League Championship here in the Clayton Clovers YouTube channel. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Page alongside Nate Johnson as we come back here for the top of the 9th inning. And the Clovers, for the first time tonight, have a lead. And they are potentially just 3 outs away from taking a crucial 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 championship series. And, Nate, as we get set for this top of the 9th, just talk about that huge inning. The offense finally gets going and trying to capitalize on that now here in the top of the 9th.
Talk about a shift. You know, this game started all Sandhills Bogeys all the time, especially this man at the plate now, Garrett Wolf. And all of a sudden, just because some offense, some Connor Witherington action, some Thomas Watson action, and now all of a sudden Will Leonard should be pretty juiced up here to get these final 3 outs. And we do have a defensive change to pass along. Don't want to forget it. As Mason Moffitt has come in, he will be playing first base now after Slowinski came into pinch run for Chavis. First pitch is swung on, but way out in front of it was the batter, Wolf. And usually when you have a pitcher that just sat for an extended amount of time, your offense just put up 5 runs, you're a little bit worried. Correct. But in this situation, I'm just not, because I know Will Leonard is juiced up to be on that mound right now. He takes a deep breath. That's in there, called strike 2 on the swing and miss. Now does Will Leonard go for the embarrassing high fastball for the 3rd consecutive pitch? Try to, really rub it in, or should he go with breaking ball here? We'll see. He went fastball, and he gets him, and he throws the bow and arrow. Wow. Good Lord. Will Leonard. Give credit to this kid. I mean, it's really a shame that this kid isn't going to get a chance to play past this level, but yeah, he's already come set that this is the last run. It's made him a better pitcher. Yeah. We talked about it in between innings that when you see your last moments, you mentioned in baseball, just a few days away, brings out another gear. It does. And a swing and a miss here. And Will Leonard is in that gear. As the batter is Dominic Deppa in the left-handed batter's box. The 0-1. That one is swung on, fouled out, on the count 0-2. Davey Morgan going to toss out. So it looks like we've just went to the system where Davey Morgan is just supplying the baseballs for both pitchers. I know what happened earlier when the umpire talked with both dugouts about that was a little weird, the baseballs. But here's the pitch. That one is fouled, and that was right off the fence. Will we see a breaking ball?
I mean, it's one of those things. I think if you can keep it up with the velocity high enough, or if you can go low enough away, it's not going to be too much damage done to you if you can hit those two spots.
It's true. It's just at this point, he's thrown 105 pitches over 3 days.
Yep. And he's still got the velocity. That's definitely not a question. Probably wasn't a bad waste pitch there.
What did he say on the bus after we beat Lexington? He said, if my arm's not hanging after the end of this weekend, I didn't do everything
I let
right.
you boys down.
Yeah.
And that one is swung on, skied in the air. Will it stay in play? Levesque trying to find it. Does he have it?
Oh,
he doesn't.
Up against the fence. I thought he did.
Yep.
Last second. Loses it.
Definitely a tough one to try to come up with, and he was going to give it his all effort. So it'll keep the count at 1-2 strikes. One away. Well, I think for a good waste pitch, this might be a time for it, but I think Will's just locked in on that fastball.
Yeah. Most guys go, waste pitch, that's fine. But no, Will Leonard just wants to hurt your
We'll
pitch,
see.
like I said.
The pitch, and it was the fastball.
That's kind of a waste pitch.
Kind of was, because you could be getting him amped up. Yeah, he's seen some hittable.
Yeah. High fastball is always tempting.
The 2-2. The crowd in it. The pitch. And that's high.
High fastball. Tempting.
And the count full 3-2. Dominic Deppa trying to get on base, and it would be big because it potentially could bring the top of the order for the Bogeys into factor here. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that's high, ball 4. So that potentially could turn us back to the top of the order based on what happens here.
I think a reason why we're going all fastball here for Will is particularly because of the 4-run lead.
True.
You know, you're not particularly worried if some guy just like catches up to that fastball and puts it over the fence. It's 11-8. Now it's just a 3-run lead.
And the pitcher is in there for a called strike.
So maybe with a base runner here now, Will gets a little bit, changes his approach, maybe toss in a breaker. Or maybe not. Maybe just like, no, I like where I'm at. He is a bulldog, by the way.
He is a bulldog. That one is swung on. Hit out to left. Catch will be made by Nathanson. There's 2 away.
I will add, he's a Barton Bulldog and a Roxborough Bulldog. He's 2 levels of Bulldog.
Okay. And Will really has done a great job progressing in his career at Barton. He has really come into being a confident, good weekend pitcher over his last 2 years at Barton.
And now he's in line for a second win of the season here. Just
back to the top of the order. Fastball just going to miss up in the zone. The batter is Angel Lobo. 1 hit on the night. He's been hit by a pitch, struck out, ground out, fly out. The 1-0, that's high. So the count 2-0. Also got to give credit to the Bogeys just out chasing that pitch. Doing a good job of recognizing that pitch up in the zone. And that one is swung at and missed. So the count 2-1.
I think Will might just try to blow him by him here.
I mean, I think with his pitch and the spot, that fastball, if he can just keep hitting it outer half belt high, just roll with it. We'll see here what he does. 2-1. And that one swung at and missed. And the count 2-2.
He did it again. Now Jeff Garner's going to get really excited.
Yes, he is. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Clovers lead 11-7.
It's a scary man on that mound.
Will Leonard comes set. Delivers, and he was a little too amped up.
Nah, he went for it. That's the kill pitch.
That is the kill pitch. But that's in a spot very composed. Lobo not going to offer at it. He's going to have to bring it a little bit closer. 3-2 now. Leonard sets, delivers. That's high, ball 4. He was in the good spot, but just too high, and Lobo was not going to chase.
He's trying to touch 95 tonight, I think.
Yep.
It's really impressive that he still throws this hard after throwing 110, 115 pitches now this week.
Now that's going to bring up Nolan Hall. And Hall has walked, been hit by a pitch, singled, grounded out, flied out.
Been on base 3 times.
Yep. Follows this one back and out of play. The count 0-1. Be curious to see if the umpire might say something. There's a car out in center field. You can just see its car light below the batter's eye. That one is swung on, and that one is going to be down. It was scooped. Nice play, though, by Watson.
I just saved a run.
But, boy, this is a big spot.
Yeah, it is.
We get mano times 2.
And look who he's facing. Oh, man.
Charlie Muniz is going to come in, bases loaded.
Well, this got a little fun.
As bases are loaded, 2 away. Clovers lead 11-7.
You think people here know that he's hit 4 home runs this week?
They might not. We know. Will Leonard knows. And that one is swung on. This one's popped up. Coming in for it. Nathanson makes the catch. Clovers win. Will Leonard put the team on my back. He gets the home run leader in the playoffs, Charlie Muniz, to fly out to left field, and it's a comeback victory for your 38-3 Clayton Clovers.
Talk about winning in unexpected ways.
Wow.
I mean, Hugh Collins only goes 2 innings, gives up 5 runs.
Yep.
You just down early. Just the Clovers have not experienced this a whole lot this year.
Correct.
And they were resilient. Absolutely resilient. Clawed back in this one. It wasn't easy by any stretch.
But should it be at this point? That's the thing. That's what you love to see.
We talked about it before the game, how we expected this to either go one of 2 ways. Be really offensive and it kind of fall in the direction of the Bogeys, or be really defensive and pitching-oriented and fall in the direction of Clayton. And we really had kind of a mixture of both.
Yeah. Wow. So the final line scores for tonight, we'll go ahead and throw these up as there was 1 hit there. So I do got to add a hit for the Bogeys. Now we'll put 7 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors for Sandhills.
3 very costly ones, by the way.
And for the Clovers, 11 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. A very good night defensively for the Clovers. They needed it. They needed all that. And, boy, what a win for the Clovers. Again, they improved to 38-3. For Sandhills, they dropped their first in the playoffs. They dropped to 28-16. And as we said, somebody had to lose their first game here tonight. Now, interesting to see tomorrow. Boy, man, it's going to be an exciting game, too.
It is going to be an exciting one.
It's going to be.
Obviously, the Bogeys just like as hot as you could possibly be. 8 of their last 9 they've won.
Yep.
We talked about how they struggled kind of in the beginning of the season. And just like sometimes it feels like a team of destiny. Like they were meant to get this hot right now, and who's going to beat them? Obviously, the Tarboro River Banners couldn't. The Brunswick Surf and Turfs couldn't. The Clayton Clovers, they proved tonight that they can, and they did it in a very, very proving way because of how much they battled. It wasn't an easy win by any stretch.
Well, fans, we thank you for tuning in all season long. Obviously, in terms of the broadcast here for the home games, it hasn't been the best, but, boy, we've been so happy that we've been able to bring you these playoff games at home this year through YouTube. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for our last home game this year. I have been told that, obviously, the Pixel-Lot broadcast on FPSN will be working, obviously, for Sandhills. We're going to still try to see if we can bring you a broadcast, whether it's just audio. Maybe we'll be able to do video as well, but we're definitely going to try to bring you some type of broadcast, as Nate and I are both going to be making our way out to Pinehurst as we're going to try to cover Game 2 and maybe Game 3. We'll have to see, but we're going to be along for the end of this run as we're definitely not bringing it to an end. But that's the last game here at East Clayton Community Park this year. And, boy, the Clovers are going to try to see if they can bring back some hardware to the fans here of Clayton. Much deserved for what these fans have gone through these last 3 years following this team. It's been great, and hopefully the Clovers can keep it going as they celebrate down the first baseline. Any final words, Nate, going into the Game 2 tomorrow?
I'd like to thank all the Clayton fans for kind of welcoming me, Doug. This is your 3rd season with the team.
Thank you. Have a good
one.
But
I really appreciate the hospitality. Obviously, my first summer with the Clovers, and you've made it a great one. All of the Clover Nation and the players and the coaches and the staff here, and I'd really appreciate it. And it's been a great one. 38-3, obviously, searching for that magical win number 39 that would unlock the Old North State League championship dreams for everybody here.
Well, it's going to do it for us here. Again, we thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, we're able to provide everything that you need here tonight in this 11-7 victory, and we've had fun doing it here on YouTube, and that's going to do it for us tonight. Be sure to stay up to date on our social medias, as we'll share all the links tomorrow on what we're going to do, how you can watch the game, how you can follow along. We should also have Game Changer along for you so you can follow along with those stats if you're not able to follow along with a video or audio broadcast. But we'll have you covered from Pinehurst, North Carolina. Clovers win 11-7. They're up 1-0 in the series. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, as it'll be game 2 of this best of 3 game series, as we will come to you again from Pinehurst. So long, have a great night, as you've been watching the Clayton Clovers YouTube Network.